ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we build on topics, whether conscious or cosmic. It's never nonsense, mega levels are microscopic. It's a Killah Priest project, AD control the rocket. Before we land the plane, many things we engage and explain. The unexplained, without mask. Welcome to the Killah Priest podcast. Killah Priest podcast.
Check. Just getting everything together, you know what I mean? I'm hype. It's going to be a crazy show today. Welcome everyone to the Killah Priest Podcraft. I am your host, Soul Controller, Destiny Searcher. You know what I mean? We the fulfiller of dreams. You know what I mean? Killah Priest. And controlling the rocket is none other than AD Dizzle.
Peace, what's good? Welcome back. It's going to be a wild show. Let's go.
Man, it's going to be off the chain. Man, welcome. If you're new to the Podcraft, welcome. I want to first shout out our moderators, the Oracle and the Architects. Coach Kandaka, Oracle, Architects, Vinny Blackledge. And you already know. Come on. Give it up to where my mind is going right there. Voltage. I didn't see him, but I know he in there. Shout out to Voltage, you know what I mean? And let's do this right, because I forgot last time. The Craft Room. Shout out to the Craftmen and the Rocketeers who's been here from the beginning, from years and years. Shed so many tears. They have no fears. You know what I mean? We're off into the atmospheres, the ideas. You ready, AD? Yeah. Go. He said, yeah. I didn't hear you very clear. Word. All right, yo. I'm going to do a couple of acknowledgments before I set it off. We get into this. No ID. I mean, True Mass Acts. What's the ID? No ID. All right. Somebody said Twilight Zone with a heart. Oh, that's Coach Harry Walsh. Heart, man. Love to you too, brother. Love to you. S2K, Marauder, Peace, Killah Priest, and AD. We got Fire and Diamonds. We'll just keep going through. Diggy says, yo. Pause Tape says, pop. Let me see what up. I don't know what that means. Pop. Bringing it back. Let me see. Hold on, I'm just going to answer this right here. This is a legendary producer. True Master is going to stop through real quick. There's no ID. Just come right in. Yeah. You already invited. Yeah. No, that's not him. That's the Captain Tazaryach. So, come on. All right. Yeah, try again. Yeah, we got you, True. We got you.
So I said, no shots.
Huh? You want a horizontal phone view? You want vertical or horizontal, AD?
Horizontal always.
Horizontal always. All right. So just to set it off real quick, you know, True Mass is going through this situation right now. Well, he's straightening out the situation. A lot of y'all, you got to get to it, straighten out your situations. If you are accused of anything wrong, you got to, somebody accuse you of something wrong, you want to adjust the issue. You want to make your point. You want to come back and you want to tell your side of the story, the real truth. You know what I mean? Don't let nobody tell your story for you. A lot of the times we walk around and people tell our stories and it's not the real story. You know what I mean? It might be, the real side of any show. You know what I mean? So don't let them tell your story. To be living with priest all day long. But you want to tell your story, you know what I mean? So shout out to y'all. Triple JC, shout out to Australia once again. Y'all got to come out there, JC, to see you. Shout out to my man Ryan. Oh yeah, I see you, Captain, already. Powerful. Looking powerful. It's gonna be crazy today. Word. We got Sirwu the God. Triple JC says that. True Mass coming in the building. Word.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we want to straighten this situation real quick. Somebody said true that. Twilight Zone. JJ, ain't that the truth? That's real, man. You want to get out. You want to get your point across, man. And when people accuse you of something or somebody, always step up and come with the proof and the facts, especially when you know what your word is your bond. It always been your, you know what I mean? And it's legendary, my brother, you know what I'm saying? Always come through with the
No
beats.
doubt.
Y'all heard it every time. Make some noise for the great true master.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Word.
Yes, sir. AD and my brother Killah Priest, and of course the captain.
Yeah,
you know the captain is in the building.
Yeah, the cap.
So it's really this showing you it's synchronicity. Everything is official.
Yeah, indeed.
You know what I mean?
Yep, indeed.
Real quick, I want to just bring those up to speed who don't know. You know, I was falsely accused of attempting to sexually assault someone. And, they kept me on Rikers Island for over 4 years. You know what I'm saying? They abused me. They ruined my reputation. And they knew within just a few months of me being incarcerated that I did not commit the crime because they had tested they did the initial test on the so-called rape kit and saw that I did not commit the most serious allegation. Now, once they did that, they just completely stopped testing the rape kit. But what we're here today for is to talk about the arresting officer, because what he did is too egregious and we've got to get him off the force immediately.
Hey.
When he arrested me, right, he added another unrelated crime into the complaint because I didn't have any criminal history. So they trying to make me into something that I'm not. And he deliberately made a false statement in his arrest complaint by falsely stating that another officer, Officer Hankerson, who happens to be a Black woman, by the way, that she had somehow informed him that I was positively identified for another unrelated crime. And she would not be used to criminalize a Black man. So she came to my trial, surprised everybody, and testified against him that he was lying, that she never informed him that I was positively identified for anything. And she don't know why he would use her name and her official authority to wrongfully accuse me of something that he knew I didn't do. And the reason that she was able to be so specific is because she had specifically told him that the person she spoke to couldn't identify the person. So this was a totally unrelated incident, but it just shows, how he started off the situation with trying to destroy me. So he tried to pin something on me he knew I didn't do. And thankfully, the Black lady, the Black police officer, she crossed the so-called blue line and testified against him. And as soon as she started testifying, they stopped the whole trial. And the judge called for everybody to approach the bench because it was shocking. You know what I'm saying? And they was like, look, my advisory council was telling me, because I represented myself, he was like, look, Mr. Harris, the judge don't want you to talk about this because your case is about an attempted rape. And he brought a whole nother crime in, but that's not the main thing of the trial, the main crime. So we want you to just focus on that, leave this alone. But then I beat all of that. All the alleged so-called attempted whatever. I beat all that. Then now it's nothing to protect him. So they had to leave me alone. However, we have to stop him because he's done this before. He absolutely is positively done this before, and he will continue to do this. Now, let me tell you about some other lies we caught him in. He also committed perjury in the search warrant application because he said that it was based on conversations he had with me, which implied that I had somehow incriminated myself. Now, when you lie a lot, you forget what you say, and then everything gets messed up. So what he did was, he said that his search warrant application was based on conversations he had with me. So when I had him on the stand, I said, isn't it true that we've never, ever had any conversations? He said, that's true. I said, isn't it true that when you arrested me, I protested the arrest and even refused to give fingerprints? He said, yeah, that's why we wanted you to be examined by a doctor to see if you was, you know, was mentally sound, because you wouldn't talk to anybody, you wouldn't give no fingerprints. I said, so I never spoke to any of your colleagues. He said, yeah. So I said, so how come your search warrant application says it's based on conversations you had with me? And then he was stuck. And he said, my search warrant application doesn't say that. So I produced his search warrant application and said, here it is right here. I'd like to enter this into evidence as exhibit so-and-so. And he saw it, he said, wow, I didn't write this search warrant application, the prosecutor wrote it. Now, when he said that, that's bullshit. Because he, you know, whenever you catch somebody, they gotta try to deflect. But prosecutors always specifically go over search warrant application with police officers, and they say, they even ask them, is this your right shield number? Is everything in this application to your knowledge? So he can't blame it on the prosecutor. And plus, they're not going to eat it. They're going to say, no, you did it. You're the one that signed it under penalty of perjury. So that's two issues of perjury. Now, officers in the NYPD have to be dismissed from the department whenever they're found to be deliberately lying in an accusatory instrument or before a trial jury or civil jury. So he has to be fired. And what we're doing with this petition is trying to just speed up the process. You know, if you don't already know, Ben Crump is my attorney. You know, the legendary Ben Crump. We talking about everything from Trayvon Martin to George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery. This is our Johnny Cochran of our time right now, the time we're in. And I'm very happy to have him working with me to finally get some justice in the situation. Now, let me tell you about the most recent thing that I found on this officer. During the trial, because they brutalized me in my house when they arrested me, I said, isn't it true that you and your friends brutalized me in my house during the arrest? He said, no, we didn't assault you. I said, so have you ever been accused of assaulting anyone, or have you ever been found guilty of unnecessary use of force? And the prosecutor objected, and the judge overruled and said, no, you must answer the question. Have you ever been accused of or been found guilty of brutalizing somebody when you arrested them? And he said, somebody did accuse me, but it was never decided. And recently I found out that just shortly before the trial, he had been found not guilty. He had been found guilty, of brutalizing someone, which is very rare. Cops rarely actually get that guilty disposition within their own auspices. So he was found guilty of brutalizing somebody just a few months before he testified, falsely testified, that he had, that there was never a decision. He just wanted to, you know, misguide the jury and misguide the court. And so again, this is an officer that's very dangerous in the streets. And, you know, the hip hop community and everybody out there, you know, the conscious community, everybody needs to sign this petition to hurry up and get this officer off the force. All right. So I want to thank you, Priest. You know, I know you got Captain Tazaryach ready to get busy. So
you got to come back.
I just wanted to bring them up to speed with that. Please sign the petition. We have to show unity, and we got to get these types of people off the force. You understand what I'm saying? I had met with Mayor Eric Adams when he was still the borough president. And when I told him about it, and then he asked me to present documentation to his legal advisors, they promised me that they would call for the termination of this officer. But that was before he became mayor, you know. But this is the type of stuff you can't ignore. So again, sign the petition. I'm gonna talk more about this tomorrow on the You're Not a Mean podcast with Lord Jamal. But I just wanted to come in, check in with my brother Priest.
Indeed.
Get some support, get some more numbers. We need 10,000 signatures before we hold the next press conference, me and Ben Crump. So I really want some support, and I appreciate the support. And again, we got to stop these people. You know what I'm saying? Because they gonna keep doing this.
Where is the
unless they're stopped? You know what I'm saying?
Where is the petition at?
The petition is on change.org. I'm going to send Priest a link so that you guys can also add it to the video.
Yeah.
In the section, you know,
in the description.
In the description section, right?
Yeah. Go ahead and send that, and then we'll pop it in there.
All right. Thanks a lot, AD. Thanks a lot, Priest.
Absolutely.
No problem.
I'm gonna stay tuned to see what the captain got going on.
Oh, I was about to.
And
yeah.
You know, I love what y'all doing here. I'm loving to see the growth here. You know what I mean? And it's a beautiful thing. So I want to thank everybody for your support in advance. And let's get this done, y'all.
Great, true master, yo. We're gonna put up the information. Make sure y'all sign that petition, man. For
no
real,
doubt.
sign that petition, man. Let's get this cat up out of here, man. They've been lying so much on everybody.
I mean, it's absurd what they, and you know what's messed up? When you try to use a black person to abuse another black person, and you're a racist. When you try to use a black police officer, especially a woman, and you just think she's going to go along with the program because to fit in or to be part of some kind of unethical in crowd, and then she shot y'all. You know, when I had him on, after she testified and the court stopped me, I still pursued him on the stand, and I said, "So, how did you determine that I had allegedly committed this other unrelated crime?" He said, "Oh, Officer Hankerson told me." I said, "Well, what would you say if I told you Officer Hankerson court said you lied on her?" He said, "That's impossible." See the arrogance there?
Yeah, straight arrogance.
So she said, "No. You're not going to use me to criminalize an innocent black man." And said, "I don't know why he would use my name to falsely accuse you or something, because he knows that the person couldn't identify the person." That's what I told him about that particular incident. And he chose to put it on you because why? He knew the person couldn't identify the alleged assailant. So again, when you have people that'll go to this extent, lie in the search warrant application, say it's based on conversations that never existed, pretend that they were never found guilty of unnecessary use of force when they were, and suspended without pay. Damn. Just a few months prior to when he lied on the stand. So, I mean, come on. How, you know, this is just from my case. Imagine what else he's done. You know what I'm saying? So let's get him up out of there. The petition link is there. And let's get it done, y'all.
Yeah,
With that being said, I'm gonna let y'all do what y'all gotta do. Thanks again, Priest. If y'all are able to, check in on me and the God Lord Jamal tomorrow. Approximately the build hour, build and destroy hour.
8. And
we're gonna go in a little more in depth about this officer.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
Thanks
Shout
again,
out to Lord Jamal too. Yeah.
No doubt. Thanks again, AD. Salute
Absolutely.
To the captain.
In fact, we got the link for the petition already in the description, thanks to Coach Kandaka.
Hey,
beautiful.
Hey.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting a lot of good support, you know, and a lot of from the people in the industry. You know, a lot of my colleagues, everybody is they definitely represent now, and I really appreciate the love and support. You know what I mean? So thanks again to everyone. Y'all enjoy the rest of the night, and I'm going to stick in and stay tuned, see what the captain talking about, and I'll build with y'all later.
All right, for sure.
Indeed.
All right, y'all. Thanks for having me. Peace.
Absolutely. Peace.
Well, that was a great intro right there. There's no other thing to do. Y'all already know you up in the building. Word. You ready to build? Yo, man, shout out to the Podcraft coming in. Yo, listen, always be ready to hear. We drop so many proverbs about hearing a man out before you judge, or saying stuff before it comes out, because listening is an art. That's what I was taught. Before you judge and you do anything, it's always good to listen. But this brother, orator, great speaker, great orator, great person that could just deliver the message real strong. And y'all seen him throughout YouTube on Sonetta, debates with Polite. Oh man, there's so many to go to it. Coming to the Podcraft for the first time. And we was like, man, we should have been made this happen, but everything is in good time. I want to introduce our brother, my brother, Captain Tazaryach. What's up, my brother?
Hey, what's going on, man? Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
Peace, man. I appreciate you bringing me up on the on your podcast. I'm always checking it out, watching it. You know, I met you the first time back at I think the Kevin on trial debate. I think he was there. That's when I first got to meet you.
Indeed.
You know what I mean? And I love meeting brothers in your world or in your space that, you know, recognize the Bible, listen to it and stuff like that, man. So I appreciate you having me on.
Indeed. Man, man, so you got this debate coming up.
Yeah. And it was fast, actually. Like, so the debate I got coming up is April 2nd against Malik Zulu Shabazz. It's titled, Do We Trust Africa or Not? That's Malik's side. And then my side is, do we trust the Bible or not?
Right.
And they called me this maybe like February 28th or something like that. And they was like, you know, Sonetta called me. He was like, I got this powerful brother. Do you want to debate? And Sonetta always saying he got some powerful brother. You know, he lining up. And he be having some clowns sometimes, man. And but this time he was like, he had Malik Zulu Shabazz. And so, you know, I've heard of him. I don't know him personally, but I have heard of him. You know, I know he debated Polite. I met him one time. And so now I just wanted to see what the subject is about, because Malik comes from a Muslim background. So I'm thinking it's going to be like, you know, a Muslim battle or whatever. So when he gets on a mic, or when he gets on the phone, rather, he says he wants to debate Africa versus the Bible. And so it was kind of weird hearing like Africa versus the Bible, because the Bible is kind of like a singular point, whereas Africa got like 50 countries in Africa. So I don't know what part of Africa he's going to talk about. Is it North Africa, South, East, West? You know, I'm not sure which angle he was going to go, but so be it. You know what I mean? Because I think it's time, like a debate like this is time, because you're going to find in this debate, and even from his side, if he's honest enough, is that Black people in America loves Africa, because we believe, of course, because the transatlantic slave trade speaks of us coming from Africa, we just accept that we're Africans. And so we're going to love Africa. So if he shows a pyramid, we're going to go insane. But we also got to show the flip side of it. So my side is more the Bible, us being the children of Israel. And again, the reason why it's weird to me, because he's a Muslim himself. So if he's a Muslim, he has to follow the Bible, because that's what the Quran says. The Quran says you must read from the Bible. So I don't know what angle he's going to come from, but I will gladly show how the Africans, or the Hamites, to be a better word. I'm trying to get used to saying Hamites, because we do have brothers. Like I went to Israel back in 2017. And when I was in Israel, I met brothers from Africa. So I met Israelites from Africa. So what we're more so speaking about is Hamites. So we're not a Hamitic people. And everybody will always say, well, the white man enslaved us, which he did. You know, we can hate the white man, which we can. But he would have never been able to imprison us without the assistance of the very Africans that they trying to now get us to love. And they've never reciprocated that love back. Like for all the love and the unks these blackity black people wear, you wear the unks, you talk about the pyramids, you do all of this stuff, you do all of this stuff. Where's the reciprocity? Because when they come over here, they call you a kata. And they call you a kata so much that Wesley Snipes and them made it famous in that movie Sugar Hill. When they did that movie Sugar Hill, they had that scene where Wesley Snipes and his brother trying to make the deal with the Africans, and the African is like, you do your thing, I do my thing. I just can't work with a kata. And they didn't know what that kata was. And then when he said, what is the kata? He said, cotton picker. And that's what the Hamites look at us as. They look at us as the cotton pickers, and they choose not to help us. So I think it's good because even like the ADOS movement, which I don't agree with the ADOS movement altogether, but I do agree with the one principle is that we have to worry about us over here before we can do anything with another country. Like Brooklyn is messed up, Harlem is messed up, Compton is messed up, Jersey City, where I'm from, is messed up. All these places are messed up, but you want us to worry about Africa and not. Like you want us to go over to a whole nother continent so we can not have power there. Imagine if we go to Africa, where are we gonna get our power from? If y'all familiar with Ben Amin in the 60s, who was an Israelite, he took brothers from Chicago and brought them to Africa. And when they got to Africa, a lot of the families came back because the experience wasn't what they thought it was going to be. Them people in Africa didn't accept them like that. They was living in tents. The tents was getting destroyed. They eventually got into Dimona, Israel, but they did not get the love that they thought they were going to get. Nobody has. Marcus Garvey's movement was not pushed and supported by the African countries like that. Nobody's movement. We are Pan-Africanists in America, but Africa does not reciprocate it back. So that's April 2nd, and it's going to be in the flesh. It's not going to be it'll be online if you want to watch it, but this is going to be in the physical building, the Alhambra Ballroom in Harlem, New York, April 26th. That's when that debate is going to take place.
Oh man, you said so much. It was rich.
Sorry about that. You stop me at the time because I get to talking. Boy.
Oh, I love it. No, we love it. We accept that all that over here, man.
That's what's up.
So, what you think is the issue with our people and Africa, the love of Africa?
I think because we suffer from an identity crisis. So everything that I can answer in the Bible. Like Isaiah 1:3 says, the ox knoweth his owner, the ass his master's crib. But my people Israel do not consider. We don't consider who own us. So if you take like 10 black people and ask them who they are, 2 gonna be African, 3 gonna be Baptist, somebody gonna be Methodist, somebody gonna be Jehovah's Witness. We're gonna be so many different things. So now we have this utopia called Africa, which is, and it can only be a utopia because if you go into some of them cultures in Africa, you take little girls are getting circumcised where their genitals are getting cut. No, you telling me a black woman gonna go to Africa now, she's gonna have her little baby, get their genitals cut? No. You got some that are eating people, like cannibalism is big in Africa. If I'm a master in Africa and I'm a chief in Africa and I die, I can take my servants with me. So now they gotta die too in Africa, but we don't know that part. All we know is movies. We see pyramids and like the heavens open up because we say, man, we built the pyramids. We created math. We created science. But even with all that stuff that they like to say Africa is famous for, it didn't stop us from getting taken and changed by the so-called white man. So the reason why we have that affinity for Africa, it is the same reason why we love white Jesus, because our slave masters gave that to us. We didn't, even the focus on Egypt, if you think about the focus on Egypt for a second, that's even because the white man focuses on Egypt. Because you don't hear about, like some people might, like this brother Jabari that I've debated a couple of times, he focuses on like Ghana. But most people focus on Kemet more than they focus on anything else, when Nubia was just as big or good as Kemet was, but nobody focuses on that because Kemet is loved by white people, so we love that. So we love it for no other reason than that's the closest thing that we can identify as home. But as much as we want to call Africa home, it just doesn't love us back at all.
Okay, so All right. So in the, well, I'm coming. All right. So what's this thing about the Bible? Like, what's the connection? Like, what's the connection in the Bible? Like, isn't the Bible like, a lot of people say it's plagiarized, right?
Right.
What is this thing about the Bible and the stories in the Bible and everything and the connection to us in the Bible?
So now when it comes to the Bible, of course, that's my blueprint. And I think that's the blueprint for all Black people, because the one thing the Bible does that I haven't seen any other religion do or spiritual system do, it forces you to have morality. That's the biggest plague among Black people. Our issue is not money. I know our issue is not money because drug dealers make billions of dollars a year off of drug addicts. So if drug addicts can get money to get high, you can't tell me money is our issue. It's not our issue. But when we get our money goes somewhere else. We go and build up, like America runs on the dollar of Black people for the most part. When we learn how to be, like if you think about integration and segregation, the Bible will be segregation. Christianity will be integration. The Bible in 1 Ezra 8:83 says we should never seek to have peace with them so that we could be strong. Because once we start seeking peace and intermixing with white people, Chinese people, Hamitic people, Arab people, we lose our culture. That's all we ever do is lose our culture. So when we integrate it, if we were to stay segregated like the Bible says to stay segregated, if you go in the early 1900s, we still had Jim Crow, you still had the 13th Amendment, but during segregation, those real, what I would call them, like the early Christians, like your Denmark Vesey's, your Nat Turner's, they had more of a separatist type of concept where we knew we shouldn't join with our oppressor. And so by using that Bible, we built a lot of cities, Black Wall Street, Rosewood, Paradise, Seneca Village. There's a lot of cities that we built during segregation. The colleges that today we call HBCUs were built during segregation. And then we decided to integrate, do the opposite of the Bible, become more Christian or become more white in that concept. And once we did that, we lost our education. We lost our family structure. We lost our businesses because the so-called white man comes along and he says, okay, y'all want to be integrated with me? I'm going to take your school. I'm going to take your business. That Negro League is an example. I always use the Negro League as a good example. When we had the Negro League during segregation, if we applied what the Bible said to not seek to have peace, to stay segregated, we would have a baseball stadium like the Yankee Stadium. So if you go to a Yankee game, right? You go to a Yankee game, you might get hungry. So as you get hungry, you're going to buy hot dogs and hamburgers and stuff like that. You're buying them from the guy that owns that restaurant. So now that stadium feeds the economics of the owner of the restaurant. If you get thirsty or want to have a drink, gets to feed the owner of that. If they sell a memorabilia, you get to feed the owner of that. So that one stadium, like the St. Louis Monarchs as an example, the businesses around it would all be able to support each other. And then we decided to integrate or become more Christian. And then we lost our concept. So now the owner of the Brooklyn Dodgers says, I'm going to take the best players from the Negro League, and if they complain, I'll say, well, y'all wanted to be integrated. Why would you stop progress? So what the Bible does, it forces you to be segregated. It forces you to have, especially in 2022, something that we don't have today, which is compassion. Christ said that the law hinges on two things. Love the Lord with all thy might, soul, and strength. Love thy brother as thyself. On these two principles hang all the law. So if you love your brother, you're not going to sell him drugs. Why destroy him and his family? You're not going to sleep with his woman. A woman is not going to be a whore. She's not going to abort her baby. You're not going to steal. You're not going to lie. You're not going to sleep with a white woman. That's another thing, plague niggas. That's a whole nother subject right there. Them white women that's like the plague. Sorry. But like when you get into that, right. But when you get into the Bible is the blueprint. And that's what this debate April 2nd should come down to. What spiritual system is going to reestablish the moral authority that Black people need to have. And that's what I'm going to present in that debate, April 2nd.
Wow. I don't want you to reveal your secrets.
I ain't said too much. I ain't gonna say too much. Yeah, I ain't gonna say too much.
All right, because I was about to ask you, I mean, it's a lot of questions. Okay.
Yeah. Well, so you can ask whatever question you want. I'm cool.
Okay. Well, let's get a little.
You don't have to necessarily be on this subject. It can be on anything if you want.
Okay. You got your Across the Line radios too, right?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that, which
Okay, no sweat. So Across the Line Radio, we started this show about 2014. It used to be called Israelite Vibes before we renamed it to Across the Line Radio.
Right.
So of course, so it was like a news-oriented show.
Right.
To where we initially started doing it with like we would get news articles, talk about the articles.
Right.
Then we wanted to switch the format. So we had got a school in Harlem. Like my school in Harlem is 2279 3rd Ave in Harlem, New York. And so when we got that school, we changed the time that we did the show. So we used to do it at 12 a.m. We changed it to 10 p.m. And so we wanted to make it more maybe aggressive, so to speak, a little bit more confrontational, more caller oriented, meaning this show now is about people calling, ask us questions or cross the line. So now the phrase cross the line comes from when I ran Polite off the street. When he tried to cross the line, we clearly see he did not want to cross the line that day. Yeah, that's where the term cross the line came from, because of course that's the day Polite acted like he wanted to fight. I asked him to cross the line. He chose not to cross the line. So that phrase cross the line, that's where it came from. But what we do on that show from 10 to 12, we take calls. So we take calls on various different topics, whatever it is they may want to talk about, whether it's Bible-based, world-based, whatever the conversation could be. We have guests on there like Killah, you can come on there. Right. You know what I mean? We bring you on and chop it up like that. You know what I mean? So that's what Cross the Line Radio is about.
Well, book that, because I'm definitely going to come on.
Yeah, definitely, man. Got you covered. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A lot of people got a concept of the Bible and that that it's Greek. You know what I'm saying? That it's right.
Definitely not Greek. When you go into and the Bible has the answer for that. So when you go into the Apocrypha in the Bible and you go to 2 Maccabees chapter 6, verse 6, it'll tell you, well, first of all, everybody spoke Greek because the Greeks and Romans conquered the known world at that time. So even the Egyptians spoke Greek. Like a lot of people, for example, think Cleopatra is an African woman when Cleopatra is a Greek woman because Ptolemy was her father. So even though Ptolemy was a white man and that was her father, so Cleopatra spoke Greek because the Greeks conquered Egypt, they conquered parts of Africa, they conquered parts of Europe, conquered parts of Israel, and really Greek and Rome, just to be concise, is Greeks and the Romans conquered all this land. And so by proxy, you spoke what the conqueror spoke. And so the Greeks and Romans at that time, when I read 2 Maccabees 6 and 6, it says, neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. But just because you speak Greek does not mean what you're saying comes from the Greeks. Like we speak in English today because we were conquered by our oppressors, but we do have English literature that caters directly to Black people. It does not cater to white people. Like if I listen to hip hop, if I listen to you, when you say judge wisely as if nothing ever surprised me, that is not white literature. Even though we're speaking English language, that's written for us. So the Bible, although it's written in Greek, it's not for Greek people. It's not for white people. So people can understand. That
was heavy. When you go when you look at it that way.
Because it's just language. Language doesn't change the audience of who it's written for. It's like it's saying that, it's written in Greek. It's like when you read the Metal Netter, that's not written. You can't even read Metal Netter. You got to translate it into English. So it's just a translation of Hebrew. But we know Christ spoke Hebrew, Paul spoke Hebrew, the disciples spoke Hebrew, but Greek was the common or language of the land, so to speak.
Okay. Okay. Man, so many, they hit me up. So many questions.
Whatever they got, come on with it. Whatever they got, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it.
Shout out to Knowledge Boy. I don't know if I want to ask him that one, though. That's kind of crazy. Huh? Yeah. Let's get to some super chats real quick. We're gonna answer because a lot of people got super chats for you. Go on, let's go.
Okay, no sweat.
Oh yeah, hit the super chats if y'all got questions. Cap is right here, and I know a lot of y'all got some questions up in there.
Whatever questions y'all got, I'm ready to rock and roll.
In the chat room. Okay, so we got the Greeks out the line. Mm-hmm. He wanted to ask. Right. I don't know if I can add it. That's kind of weird. Yeah, we can't bring up the jab, right? Supporting you got to say it like that.
I mean, you can just like keep it on code.
Okay. What about ISUPK?
So our stance is that I think from hearing what you're saying and then I break your rules. Right. Our stance is that it's just medicine. Right. So you do your research. It's just like taking any medicine. If you go to a doctor, you do your research to see if it's beneficial for you, if it's not beneficial for you, and if you decide to take it, that's on you. Right. It's not unlawful in the Bible to use medicine. Right. So it's up to you. I'm not really an advocate to trust any medicine, me, myself personally, but that's me. Right. But if someone else wants to take medicine and they do the research and it's safe for them, that's on them.
Right. They uplift that anyway, right? There's a lot of places is uplift. You can go, you start traveling now, so that's kind of old out there now. Okay. All right. So what you think of his stance? What is his stance? Malik, we gotta get him on here too. Because what's his stance is teaching that Africa religion? What is that?
Yeah, from what I gather, so I got him to admit that he was a Muslim, but he says he's a different kind of Muslim. I don't know what that means. And he pushes Africa is the way.
Right.
I don't know. And it's such a blanket term. I'm assuming he did that on purpose. That's his chess move to just tell me Africa is the way, and then I got to guess what angle he's going to come from. So you would probably have to ask him more in depth. But every time I seen him speak, though, he speak about the Bible, like all Muslims. No Muslim speaks out of the Quran ever. Okay. You go from Elijah all the way up to the brother Malik Zulu Shabazz, they all speak from the Bible when they want to say something strong. So he's a Muslim that loves Africa. That's about it, the best I could tell you about it. You probably would have to get him to answer that.
Okay. All right. So what's the difference between the Ham, Shem, and Japheth?
Ham, Shem, and Japheth. So technically, we would all be related, like everybody on the planet Earth, because from the biblical narrative, we all share the same progenitor, which would be Noah. So it separates them as in Genesis, the 10th chapter. So in Genesis, the 10th chapter, you see the lineage of Ham and Japheth and their sons and their sons, etc. And when you get to verse 32, it says, these are the families of the sons of Noah after their generations and their nations. And by these were the nations divided in the earth after the flood. So we're just simply not related, which shouldn't be an issue to anybody, because on that very continent of Africa, even though they all could consider themselves African, the Nigerians do not consider them the same as the people of Ghana. They're going to look at themselves as separate. So the Bible just separates everybody. I see somebody in the chat say Ham was cursed. Was it Ham that was cursed? Ham wasn't cursed. I know that's like a white man's belief to say that Ham was cursed. Ham wasn't cursed. He was just told he would be a servant. That's all. Cursed is like what the children of Israel are. Children of Israel more so are cursed than what I would say Ham would be cursed in that regard. So they're just the progenitors. Ham, Shem, and Japheth just represent the progenitors of the races of people that you see today. That's all. And we're just not Hamitic. We're Shemitic. We come from a Shemitic stock, not a Hamitic stock. That's all.
Okay. Break down, could you break down who's the children of Israel?
Wow, perfect answer, man. The children of Israel in North, Central, and South America are the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And you can find that all throughout history. Even like I have brought this out in a lecture I did, like Harriet Tubman's family, for example. You can actually YouTube them where they knew that they were Israelites. Specifically,
Harriet
they're
Okay.
okay.
I don't want to cut you off. Harriet Tubman has a family? Oh, Dane
Yeah,
Calloway.
so Harriet Tubman, yeah.
All right, we got to talk to Dane Calloway on that one. We can come back. All right. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
but so and I found this on YouTube where her family talks about how that Harriet Tubman had a Hebrew name, her sister had a Hebrew name. They knew what tribe they was from, so they came over knowing that they were Israelites. There's other sisters and brothers and sisters that I know that can trace generationally how they knew that they were Israelites. And so when you go into biblical prophecy, Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, in verse 68, when it talks about us coming over here on Egypt in ships, that only fits us, because you can always talk about people going into captivity. Chinese people go in captivity, Africans go into captivity, Arabs go into captivity. But this particular captivity said we would not get out of this condition without the Most High, so to speak. So this captivity, we're the one people that from the time we went into this prison house, we have never been allowed to come out of this prison house. We're the only ones. Like America is not, like, it's a rest in a sense that we're not getting our backs beat like our ancestors were, but we still suffer oppression. Look what Master Killah just had to talk about just before I came on. The oppression that we go through by the police, by the Klan, by white supremacy, we still suffer from this oppression, whereas every other race, when they experience their captivity, they come out of that captivity. Wars get started. That so-called Jewish man had a whole war started because of his quote-unquote captivity or issue with the Germans. But we did not have that. The Native Indians and Hispanic tribes, for example, you can get a good book called Lost Tribes in Promised Land. And in that book, Lost Tribes in Promised Land, the Seminole Indian says, Shema Yasha Allah Yahweh Allahayana Yahweh Akah, which is in Hebrew means, hear, O Lord, the Lord our God is one. That's Deuteronomy 6:4. Let me just get that to make sure I said it right, for they try to cut me. It says, hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Right. So that's how it is. So when the Seminole Indian spoke that, he said, I myself am from the tribe of Reuben, and my brother Joseph is on an island nearby talking about the Taino Indians and the Cubans. So there's tons of history that you can find. So we are the children of Israel. And the reason we are in this condition is because we have broken those law, statutes, and commandments. That's why there's no solution that fits. We've tried everything. We've tried shooting the revolution. We've tried Martin Luther King whack-ass I Have a Dream revolution. We've tried the Islamic revolution. We've tried everything except the repentance that's required to actually get out of this condition. It'll start just by, let's say if our women didn't abort their babies, we wasn't drug dealers, we left that Christian church. If we didn't give our love to the so-called white man and gave our love to each other, because even in loving the so-called white man, by default, you're going to hate Black people because we're the white man's enemy. And you may not see that at the surface level, but every love you give to support white supremacy is a direct attack against us. And we see that every day. We've tried voting our way. I remember they put Barack Obama in office like that was going to save Black people. And the only thing Barack Obama did was allow transgenders to marry, or allow those of that lifestyle to marry each other. And then we had, I thought the best president, the sidebar, the best president we had was Donald Trump. For this reason and this reason only, it forced us to face the racism of America, because Donald Trump did not hide, he did not mask his hatred of us, of anybody. He loved his people. His slogan was, make America great again. And so when we would go out on the streets and speak about the atrocities of the so-called white man, it was hard to hide. And then they gave us Joe Biden. And Joe Biden did nothing for Black people again. And that's the reason why we suffer the condition that we're in, because we won't repent. So we are the children of Israel, the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians in North, Central, and South America. It doesn't negate our brothers in Africa and Europe and Asia. We have a school in Europe. We're working on it in Africa as well.
Mm. Oh man, crazy. They got me. I'm sitting up here listening. I'm like going into a zone. Yeah, going into a zone.
God, that's just appreciate it.
I like what you said about Biden too. Yeah, because everybody switching over to get to Biden, and then he's just crazy as the other cat.
Come on, man.
This other cat came out straight.
Biden did something worse than what Trump did.
Yeah, I agree.
Biden came in, and Black people have been fighting for an anti-hate Black bill since the 60s. That a bill to be passed to say if you hit a Black person, it's a hate crime. Didn't get it, but the Asians got it in like 4 weeks. The Asians got an anti-hate Asian bill passed. Black people have not gotten it passed at all. And Joe Biden called Black children roaches. There's a video when he said, I remember these little white Black babies. Man. They used to be up on my leg, and it reminds me of the roaches.
Oh, man. That's wild. Yeah. For real? Oh, man, we got to put, oh, man, you got
I'll send it to you. All right, email it to you. I'll see if I can say, or I'll text it to you and see if I get it to you. I'm going to look for it right now.
Right.
But yeah, that's what he said.
Right.
Joe Biden called Black people roaches, man.
Wow. That's crazy. It don't matter what side. It's like they're all for the same side anyway.
That's it. Absolutely. They all for the same side anyway. You're correct.
That's
let me see. I'm just pulling this video. I'm just gonna copy it. I'm gonna send it to you. So yeah, okay. But yeah, we definitely are the children of Israel.
Well, all right. So the taboo behind the Bible. Can you learn anything like that could help us as a people, as a person? You know what I'm saying? As a people, as a person from that book.
Yeah, you can learn everything. I'm just sending this. Hold on, I'm just texting myself real fast so I can get that link. I'll send you the link. No doubt. So you say, can we learn anything?
Yeah.
From there?
Yeah.
Absolutely. We can learn a dietary law from there. Like we love that pork, that shrimp, crab, and lobster. And then you look at all the diseases, like when COVID hit, and a lot of minorities suffered the most because our health was affected the most. Mm-hmm. So even from a health perspective, if we left that swine alone, if we left that shrimp alone, that crab, that lobster, all those things that give us high blood pressure, that can help us. Our promiscuity of sleeping with random women and then throwing them away. When the Bible says, if you lay with a woman, that's your wife. So imagine you lay with that woman, or you meet that woman, and you know, if I lay with this woman, this is now my wife. I have to keep her forever. We don't have promiscuity. The violence that brothers have when they fight over a woman, because adultery is unlawful. Imagine if we didn't sleep with another brother's woman. If our women didn't abort their babies. Our economics, if we were more loyal to our dollar, that could help us. So it's so much in that book that allows us to grow and be strong. So those are just a few of the things that I would mention.
Okay. All right. We got a couple super chats. Let's read them before they get too big. AD.
All right, here we go. Pulling them up now. Let's see.
Got some more questions too.
Let me do a refresh. No, we didn't light any sage.
No, this is good.
Let's see.
I see Neil deGrasse in there. God never condoned rape or genocide at all, or slavery. He don't condone that. Actually, in Exodus 21:16, it says, if he that stealeth a man, if he be found, he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. So it does not condone that.
Right.
All right.
Yeah. Clear that. You want to clear that up. That.
I can clear the other part up. The rape part is because you have some Israelites that teach that you can rape, but that's not biblical at all. Nobody. I got 3 girls. Ain't nobody raping my daughter. I ain't seen a woman in the Bible get raped and it be okay. I have not seen it. As a matter of fact, when those Hamites raped Dinah, the daughter of Jacob, Simeon and Levi killed all of those Hamites for that rape. So rape is not lawful or permitted either in the Bible.
Plus, it would be contradictory, right? Because it's not your wife.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. You can't rape your wife either. You can't do that either. You can't force yourself on your wife just because she's your wife either. Nah, no raping at all.
All right, on to the super chats. Fella B says, Kathy Freeman was told not to wave the Aboriginal flag at the 2000 Olympic Games. Check out the movie Rabbit Proof Fence, the set plan division. All right. Brooklyn Bless says, Deuteronomy 28:68, it all relates, #Bible.
That's right. That's right.
Let's see. Ayalawan says, let's get...
You actually said that right. You actually
nice.
said that right.
Man, I try to do my best not to...
AD recording.
I try to do my best with the pronunciations here. So.
AD is he's
Thank you.
Colombian.
Yeah. I do my best. My Spanish isn't that good either. Let's see. It says, let's get into these World War III Bible prophecies and Russia, China versus NATO.
Okay, so like the World War III, like where we stand right now, I would suggest everybody just get your popcorn and watch. Because you're all waiting for it to happen. So what Russia is doing with the Ukraine is biblical prophecy. So like when you go into Ezekiel 37 chapter, and this is where I applaud like the founders of ISUPK. So everybody, if you don't know, I'm Captain Tazaryach of ISUPK under Commander Jenny Hunter. He came up under the 7 heads of ISUPK. And I remember as they used to always tell us stories, like back in the 80s when they said Russia would come back into power, nobody ever thought Russia would come back into power. And behold, Russia is now back into power. And so they seeing the Ukrainians trying to help or join NATO, which would be a direct, would allow NATO to have a direct, basically a military garrison aimed at Russia, and Russia is not having that. So Russia goes to war. But this ain't really this is not our fight at all right now. Right. But it is going to get worse when you read the prophecies in the Bible. But for now, you just watch and wait and see. I try not to get too hyped up. I just want to watch and see if they do a little bit more. Because like Matthew 24 says, there shall be wars and rumors. Wait, let me read that just to be correct. In Matthew 24 and 6, it says, and ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. You're starting to see a little bit of that when you see them damn gas prices. Good night. You see them gas prices? Them gas prices have jumped up to like $5. $5. Yeah, them gas prices going up. And you'll see. And like Brooklyn Bester said, Gog and Magog will eventually unite with Moab. And so the whole goal is going to get them into, when you see them start going more towards the Middle East, that's when you see, okay, this might be legit now. Because that's where the real battle is going to be at, and what the Bible calls the Valley of Jehoshaphat. That's when you see that it'll get like that. Just to answer that brother's question.
Gog and Magog. Who is that?
That's Russia. Gog and Magog. That's Russia.
Is it the biblical name?
Yeah, that's the biblical name.
A lot of stuff.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Okay.
You said, how do we know that?
No, I said I didn't know that.
He said he didn't know that.
Oh yeah, that's what they are in the Bible. Like you can find pretty much every nation in the Bible, and identify them. So yeah, that's who Gog and Magog is. Moab is the Chinese people today.
Man, they in the chat room. The craft room is going off. You gonna write it down? Yeah, look at AD.
I'm taking notes.
Yeah, take notes. Sit back. Go through some quotes.
Yeah, I'm looking at the chat too, seeing if I can keep up with all what they saying.
Yeah, man, they're going in. Somebody said, Coverboy said Japhet is Japan.
Japheth is Japan?
Nah, Japhet ain't Japan. Moab, Japan is Ammon today. That's not Japan. Japhet would be like the Hawaiians, the happy people, the Eskimos, they're the happy people.
Right, right.
They just care about volcanoes and them things they have in their waist.
Right.
That's all.
Okay. Oh man, so you covered so much. It's like that. Seconds. Brother came through like a tornado. Within seconds. All right. I had a little bit of notes in here, but you covered some of those. So I'm gonna go to So it's like let's just kick it. It's like
somebody asked about Acts 13:1. These are like Acts 13:1 is another example of like when we prove, like when you mentioned about the Greek part, a lot of people, when it comes to the Bible, and this can go to the debate too, and it says, can we trust the Bible or not? Right. Because when most people think of the Bible, they think of it from a white man's perspective, like what Christianity gave to us. Right. And a lot of people don't understand that also there was something called the slave Bible. The slave Bible was a Bible that they gave us that took out all of like the scriptures that they felt would be revolutionary for us, and then give us the scripture that say, like in the New Translation, to say, slaves, be obedient to your masters. They spoon feed those type of scriptures. And even in a scripture like that, when it says slaves, be obedient to your masters, when you actually read it in the proper translation, in Ephesians 6:5, it actually says, servants, be obedient to them that are your masters according to the flesh, with fear and with trembling and singleness of heart as unto Christ. So now let's say if you took that at the surface level, because we're used to the servant and master concept, we'll believe that that is talking about the white man beating your back and you as a servant just got to take it. When this is actually talking about it, we're brothers. So like in my school, Commander General Hahn is the highest ranking man in my school. So he would be what you would call the master in this diagram. And then I would be the servant in that diagram. And so I would have to be obedient with him being the master. Now, here's the beautiful part about it. When you keep reading and go to verse 9, it says, and ye masters do the same things unto them. So the same thing that I have to do with the master as far as being obedient and serving him, the master has to do the exact same thing to me. So everything he's asking or requiring of me, he has to also do to me as well. And that's how you keep it going. So even when they use this verse, if you read a couple of verses down, they can't, because the master would have to do the same thing to me. So if that slave master is beating me, then I should be able to beat him according to the verses that they're pulling. But they kind of, cherry pick it. And so those are the things that we dispel in the Bible. We dispel the image of Christ, the image of the Israelites, like Acts 13:1 that the brother pulled. When you read it, which I'm going to go to, it says, now they were in church, that there was in the church at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called Niger. That word Niger is the Latin word for nigger, which just means black. So when they're calling them Niger, they're calling them black. Even Paul in Acts 21:37 was mistaken as an Egyptian. So if Paul is mistaken as an Egyptian, and we know the Egyptians were black, then Paul would have to be black himself. Jeremiah 14:2 says the Jews are black unto the ground. So when we go out there and teach on the street, we show the imposter, which is that so-called white man that they say is Jesus Christ, but that's really Cedra Borgia. And Mary, that they think is Mary, that's his sister Lucretia. That's historical fact. That's what they call the Renaissance era. So before the Renaissance era, you'll see when what they call the Dark Ages was when black people was ruling in Europe. So as we're ruling in Europe, we're the primary people in charge. And then when the white man start coming up out them caves and start getting in power, they have the Renaissance era where they start whitewashing all the images. But all you got to do is just go right into the Bible and you'll just see the truth. There's no way the Israelites could even be in Egypt and you think they're not. Well, even if you don't want to call them us today, you would at least have to call them melanated individuals to grow up with the Egyptians, Moses to grow up with the Egyptians, XYZ like that. So those are the things that we dispel within the Bible. We just try to bring the truth. Even the whole God loves everybody. If you take that comment at face value, if the white man is telling you God loves everybody, if God loves everybody, why are we getting our ass whipped by you that's telling me God loves everybody? If God loves everybody, shouldn't the man that's giving us this God love everybody love us back? If he's not loving us back, he's a liar. Somebody got to be lying. Either this God of the Bible don't love everybody, or the white man don't listen to what God is telling him, because he's the one that taught us God loves everybody. So we have to dispel, that lie as well.
But what about John 3:16?
You mentioned John 3:16, right? But I said we ain't got to talk about it, right? So like John 3:16, right? I remember when I used to be a Christian, so whenever I used to hear this scripture,
That's like a tattoo.
again,
You can get it.
the heavens used to open up, right? So
Right.
when John 3:16, I used to just see the heaven. For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son. That's how I used to think about it.
Right.
But when I got the breakdown on it, and when Christ made this statement, he was only talking to one person. One person. He wasn't talking to everybody. That's like if me and you having a conversation and I say, man, I want everybody to come to the party. Killah Priest, we're going to have a party, man. I want everybody there. You know I'm not talking about no white people because you know me. You know I'm not talking about no Asians because you know me. Right. They're not invited to the party because it's just a conversation between two brothers. Right. So this is a conversation between two Israelites. That's the first thing. So when he says, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life, most people focus on the word world. So let's look at the word world and see if there's a difference, because even in today's time, Tupac had a song called The White Man's World, which we say to this day, you got a white man's world. The Chinese world is different than the Arabs' world. The Black world is different than the Africans' world. You got third world countries because the word world just means age or society of where you're living at, where you're located at. So, of course, I have to substantiate that in the Bible. So when you go to Psalms 90:2, for example, it says, before the mountains were brought forth, or ever thou hast formed the earth and the world. The earth is the planet we live on. The world is the society that we live in. If I go back into the Apocrypha and I go to 2nd Ezra 6:9, it says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning that followeth. If I go to 1 John chapter 2, verse 15, it says, love not the world, neither the things contained in the world. One more before I explain who the world is. If I go to John 17:9, Christ's own words, Christ said, I pray for them, I pray not for the world. So one verse he's saying, for God so loved the world. Another verse he's saying, I pray for them, I pray not for the world. So now let's see who the world is talking about. When you go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 17, it says, but Israel shall be saved in the Lord. Not everybody, but Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed, nor confounded world without end. So the world that Christ is talking about in the New Testament is the Israelites. That's the world. So I hope everybody followed that concept. Again, 1 John 2:15 says, love not the world. So the world can't mean every single person on the planet. It can't. Even the whosoever, people think the whosoever is talking about races. Right. It's not talking about races. The whosoever is talking about classes, meaning if you was a murderer, you can repent. If you was a thief, you can repent. If you just ate pork or some light sin, you can repent. That's the whosoever that is talking about. And so I'll prove that too in Acts chapter 2, verse 21, it says, and it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. Verse 22, ye men of Israel, hear these words, not ye men of everybody. This was only to the children of Israel. That's all.
No doubt. I'll just read some. They coming in now. Oh man, chat room is being lit up right now.
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm showing it with you. This
Yo,
chat
it's
on
on.
the chain right now. Yeah.
Shout out to the chat room, man. The craft room is on board right now.
Yeah,
right.
that's what's up.
Yeah.
Oh, you call your chat room the craft room?
The craft room, yeah. I
Okay,
call this the
yeah, we
pot.
call our chat.
Okay.
We call our chat the gravel pit. That's what we call our
pit.
chat room.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
The show is called the Podcraft. We call it the Podcraft.
Yeah, no, I picked up on that. Yeah, I picked up on that. Yeah.
Traveling.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got a couple more. Go ahead, AD.
Okay, I'll take a couple more.
It's a little bit before those two.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Well,
We'll start with that. Go ahead.
We'll start with this one, and then we'll go back. Master K says, Hotep, Namaste, in Revelations 3:14, who is the Amen?
In Revelations 3:14.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, let me get it. Revelation, they want to know who is the Amen.
Yeah.
So Revelation 3 and 4, the Amen is talking about Christ. The word Amen, even that's good that whoever asked that question, because a lot of people think because it says Amen, right, they think it comes from Amen Ra, like from Egypt. Mm-hmm. But when you look up that word in Hebrew or Greek, the Amen just means so be it. So when you read it and it says these things saith the so be it, what the translation or understanding is, Christ is the so be it of the Most High. The Lord tells Christ what to do, and he goes and do it. And he says, so be it. That's what, so the Amen is Christ in that scripture. And you read it, when you read the rest of it, it says, these things saith the Amen, the faithful and true witness, the beginning of the creation of God, which you find in Colossians 1 and 15, when it says, who is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of every creature. That's talking about Christ. To answer whoever asked the question, to answer their question.
So saying Amen Ra after a prayer is incorrect.
No, nobody is saying Amen Ra. They're saying Amen. You would actually, in English, they may have it as A-M-E-N. In Hebrew, it would be A-M-A-N, which translates to so be it.
Okay.
Yeah. Even if you look it up in the Greek that it's written in, it'll tell you that it means so be it.
Okay. Next one, Allah Yawan says,
hey,
I'm getting the hang of that.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Yeah, you said it a little faster that time.
This one says, tell RZA to have some portray Killah Priest and Hellraiser in Wu-Tang Saga Session 3 on Hulu.
Oh, that's for me. I don't know. I can't tell RZA what to do in there. You know what I mean? Shout out to the RZA. Word. Yeah. You know, who could? Well, that's mostly that's RZA's. That show is coming from RZA perspective. So whatever RZA put in there, whatever he put in there is what he put in there. I could say, but that's not even Ghostface. That's not Jizza's story. It's told by the RZA.
Okay, Sister Bethy Talk Show says, I was indoctrinated 22 years with ISUPK, forever scorned. Horrifying experience. Took a long time to heal from them. That is from Sister Bethy Talk Show.
I'm gonna have to hear what her story is. I came into the ISUPK in 2010, February of 2010, so I can't speak on her. I don't know if she has a question about it, but I can't speak to that.
Okay. We've got one here from Bruce Lee fan.
Nah, before that.
Oh, it's the same lady. She says,
same thing.
Same thing.
Okay.
She said that they are a spin-off the Muslims Black Panthers.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, she says, I'm so glad I was healed from them dudes. But
yeah, when people say we're a spin-off of the Muslims, I think they get that from the militancy that it might appear that we share together. But Muslims handicap themselves because they subject themselves to Arabs. We don't do that. So that's where I would say the separation would be from us. You could say both sides on the surface level care about Black people, but we have never murdered anyone, not to my knowledge. What I mean by that is, let's say, Malcolm X got murdered by the Muslims. Khalid Muhammad got kicked out of the Nation of Islam because of a disagreement between him and Farrakhan. We don't have those things. So I would kind of separate myself from the Muslims in that regard. But I could see why people would think that because of our similarity in militancy. I think that's why they think we're the same. But we don't wear bow ties and shave and look like the white man like they do. Muslims look just like white people. They're not even like Muslims. You know, they shave their beard, they got the bow tie, they got balls on their neck. That's what their bow tie is, balls on their neck. So we don't, look like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Captain Tazaryach. We catch on. Go ahead.
Bruce Lee fan says Egypt lovers are already H&H cap. I don't know what that means.
H&H is, I could text you, Killer. I probably can't say it on your show.
Oh, okay.
H&H is a term we came up to talk about people that don't agree with their gender. It's probably the cleanest way I could say it. I'm gonna text you, Killer Priest, what that means, though.
Oh, okay.
You'll know it because I'm pretty sure y'all say it out there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm always slow on terms.
This is an old term though. Yeah. I just texted to you too. This is an old term, so you should see it.
I just caught FTOH. I just caught on to that one. Took me a while.
Shit, I don't even know what that means. FTOH.
Yeah. Just put you know what the F means, but
yeah.
Oh no, it's F. No, it's TFHO, yeah, or something like that. Oh, I got you.
Okay, I know what that means. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got yours too.
Okay, come.
Got yours too. Oh man.
No, man, CC, man, you gotta be careful. You can't say too much. So that's like a way for us to say it without saying.
All right, so what's the difference between ISUPK and the rest of the Hebrew groups?
Okay, so for us, we look at it like a lot of those groups stem from the original ISUPK and then broke off to be something else. So we don't affiliate with no group, Israelite, Christian, Muslim, or XYZ, partly for the very reason I just had to make a disclaimer about raping, because you have an organization that teach you can rape. So we don't want to be affiliated with that. You have another organization that might say white people could be saved. You got another organization that had a former cop locking black people up for crimes they didn't commit. So we don't want to be affiliated with that. So we look at it as we are, and we're the only ones that would make the claim we are the home of the truth, which I don't see what the big deal is about that personally, because whatever you believe, you should feel it's the truth. If you don't think it's the home of the truth, maybe that's not your home. So we're just not affiliated. A lot of organizations have like cult-like tactics. We don't. Like, we're not a cult, so we don't force you to not speak to nobody, not marry. Like, you can marry outside if you want to. So we don't function in the fashions that they function in. So that's why I would say we separate. They teach different doctrine, saying all nations can be saved. You're going to heaven and hell if you die. A lot of stuff like that. So that's why I would say we're different from them.
Okay. All right. I'm just reading some of the joints that's going up. All right. So I'll just throw the book down and just bear with you, because you so excited. You know what you're talking about. You know what I mean?
A little bit. I know a little something. I know a little something.
That's cool. That's definitely cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this, a lot of the information, right? Like you were saying, what was the name of that book where you say that
Lost Tribes in Promised Land?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where could you find these books? And plus,
you can get that book on Amazon.
Right.
You can get, it's a lot of books you can get. Lost Tribes in Promised Land.
Are these true events, or are they?
Yeah, these are books that and that's what I like about when we break down some of the tribes. These are books that were not written by us. Like, these are books that were written by other people. Like, even that book that I'm talking about, I believe that was an Edomite or a so-called white man that wrote that book.
Right.
About the Lost Tribes in Promised Land, because what they started doing, so after he raped and pillaged the whole land, he started looking at their cultures. He start looking at their customs, the way they carry themselves. Start looking at how the Mexicans do it, the Haitians is doing it, and they start seeing their Hebrew traits. So these are all good books that you can look at. We actually have on our Cross the Line website, Cross the Line radio show, the 12 tribe breakdown, where we actually go into the whole account, especially for North, Central, and South America. We go into a breakdown of it. You can also get Hebrewisms of West Africa is another good book to see. So it shows the connection of us being in the West Coast of Africa and coming over. You can also get a map, like what they call Africa today wasn't Africa like 200 years ago or 400 years ago. You know, when people conquer land, they name it as they see fit. So in the middle of Africa, anybody can look this up online. You'll see it would say land of Judah in the middle of Africa, because we always knew who we were. And so that's why when we came over here to America, they took that identity away from us. So we lost our name, we lost our heritage, lost our history, our culture, our language, we lost everything. And that's another reason why we suffer what we suffer today, because we don't have an identity at all.
Very rich. Very rich. Okay. All right. So tell us, I want to say, tell us how the Bible is true. You know what I mean? Like, tell us how it's true. Yeah. How do you explain?
Okay, so when we talk about, as I was talking about the word Niger, which is nigger, that's in the Bible. We was just talking about Gog and Magog in the Third World War.
Right.
That's in the Bible. We was just talking about Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, when it talks about everything that will befall us. That's in the Bible. Like there is not one source that you can find that can trump the Bible as far as, so I'll use like another verse, Deuteronomy 28 and 64, when it says, and the Lord shall scatter thee among people from one end of the earth even to the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. The two main gods that Black people serve is the Christian God with that wooden cross and the Islamic God with that rock that they circle around in Mecca. When you go further up in there, when you go to verse 48, when it says, the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from afar, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle fly, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. When you do the history on white nations, you'll see that all of their flags and banners are the eagle. That's their banner. So there's prophecies within this Bible that specifically describes the children of Israel. There's events within there, even us being taken away. If I talk about the violence we have against each other, when it talks to this is Deuteronomy 28 and 54. So the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall live. That's Black people. And that's because we disobeyed or left those law, statutes, and commandments that would actually fix us. So those are just a few examples of the truth of the Bible.
We got a super chat here from Brooklyn Bless. He says, West was the original Israelite school in Harlem under Marshar. And when the split happened in the early 90s, a lot of camps rose all over NYC and eventually different states. Kwam Yasha Yala.
The only part I would disagree with that is Marshall was kind of the cause of the split indirectly. The 7 heads of the school was Yaquab, Arya, Marshall, Lahab, Kazak, Shar, Yeshaya. I think I said them all. And then in the 90s, they had a split. Brooklyn Bless is correct about the split in the 90s, where a lot of the school went with
we got
Marshall.
a cat problem.
Yeah,
he got a cat that's off the hook. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, yeah. A lot of the schools, a lot of the brothers left and went under Marshall. They said he was King David. And then that lasted, a short time. Well, the schools still exist, but a lot of brothers broke off from that. And then, so he's correct when he say camps broke off from that, broke off from that, broke off from that. ISUPK, though, under Commander Jenny Hanna, we've never broke off at all. It's always been ISUPK Commander Jenny has never broken off from anywhere.
I got a question. I was curious about that verse in the Bible in Leviticus 19:28. It says, "You shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor tattoo any marks on you."
Right.
Is that a minor sin? Is that considered something small? Or
every sin has like some type of punishment or penalty. So there are, if you want to say minor or major. Now, technically, you shouldn't really look at it that way because, you shouldn't transgress them. So I don't know if I would call it a minor or major, but it is a sin if you do it.
Because we have so many friends with tattoos and piercings, and to see it in the Bible.
Not only, a piercing, there's nothing wrong with a piercing. Like if you get your ear pierced or nose or something like that, that's not a sin. But there's a lot of things we was doing because, again, we were people that were brought up thinking it was cool to get tattoos. It's cool to sleep with women and throw them away. There's a lot of things that we did that was wrong. Once you come into the truth, that's what Hebrews 10:26 says. 1 second. So like, let's say right now, I just read to the audience that tattoos is against God. So now Hebrews 10:26 says, if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sins. So let's say if you don't have that knowledge at first, you're not blamed for it. But once you get the knowledge of it, then it is a sin.
Yeah, because like in the mystic world, we know how powerful symbology is and symbols are, and to have certain symbols tattooed on you seems to have some kind of impact, or it would be assumed so.
Yeah, well, I ain't seen no symbol that get this white man foot off our neck. I ain't seen no nigga put a tattoo on his chest, his arm, and then he go getting us out this condition. So that's mumbo jumbo too. Them stars and all that, we don't supposed to worship none of them stars or putting tattoo. And that's you putting more faith in ink. That's just ink. Some nigga came up and said, man, put this horse on your back, man. You're gonna be a great rider. And he puts tattoos. He tattoos a horse on his back, thinking he's gonna be a great rider. And then when he go get the tattoo and he can't ride it, he gonna blame the cat that told him. You should have never believed it in the first place. So no, we don't do the stars or suns and moon worship. We don't do none of that.
Well, that's that. Go ahead. I got one more.
Sister Bethy again says, I think she's trying to spell your name here.
Tazaryach.
No, she ain't spelling my name because I didn't do that. She's talking about Tazaryach. Tazaryach is this brother that he caused a split in the school too. He claimed he was the Holy Spirit. Oh, okay. And what she's saying is he died in jail recently. I think like 2 years ago, the brother passed away in jail. He had went to jail for stealing money. So that's what she's speaking to. Okay.
Well, I guess that answers that one.
Yeah, that ain't me. I ain't never did nothing like that.
He claimed he was the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, he said he was the comfort of the Holy Spirit. He had this great knowledge and wisdom and everything, and was taking everybody's money and buying Rolls Royces. It's just like Christians do. So, and so you got to be careful. Just because you call yourself an Israelite, you still got to try that individual. You know what I mean? You should try me, you should try whoever to prove if they're actually the man of God that they claim to be. And it has to match up according to the scriptures.
Great. That's good. That's great. What's the difference between Yahweh ben Yahweh? You remember him?
Yeah, his name was Yahweh ben Yahweh. Yeah. He said he God, son of God. I mean, any nigga calling himself God, you got to be careful of him. Right. Because first, listen, anybody come and tell me God, he need to do some godly things. Right. I need to see something, man. When Christ came as the Son of God, he never even called himself God. He still did godly things. So if you're gonna tell me you Yahweh ben Yahweh, please tell me how you are. And then I see the brother that put a star on my chest. This symbol, stars don't have points. I don't know, like when y'all look at this symbol right here, y'all look at this as a star because that's what so-called white man calls it, a star. But when I read, so I'm gonna give you a scripture, then I'll explain what this is. So in Wisdom of Solomon, I think it's 14 or 13, just bear with me once here. Wisdom of Solomon 13:2, it says, but deem either fire or wind or the swift air or the circle of the stars. When you look up in the sky, the stars are just little suns. So the sun is a big circle. The stars are small circles. This symbol is just David's name in Hebrew. When you write David's name in Hebrew, it's the Da, Wa, Da. And the Da symbol is like two triangles. I know a lot of us are used to the modern Hebrew where the Da looks like a little stick. But in ancient Hebrew, it's a Da, so it's a triangle. So this is just David's name intertwined, and it's just his seal or his signet. So Christ sits on the throne of David. So when you wear a shield, it just symbolizes the throne that you're working for, which is the throne of David. But it's not worship. It's not idolatry. I don't have to wear it or not. I like to wear jewelry because it looked good. That's it.
Yeah, argue with that. Yeah, that's incredible right there.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I probably got a couple more. I'll take a couple more questions if you don't mind.
Oh yeah. I know you wanted to get in and out.
Yeah.
I know you guys things to do.
That's it for super chats. So
yeah, that's it for
unless they want to ask any more right here.
Oh yeah. Nah, you broke down pretty much. You know, a lot of people get like I know it's really taboo when you start getting to the scriptures and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, like if one wants to learn, like where do we start at? Like where would a person start at?
Right. One wants to learn. I would suggest they come to class. Like if you're in the New York area, we have classes Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., 2279 3rd Ave in Harlem, New York. If you're not in if you're not in Harlem, anywhere pretty much in America, we got a school. If you go to our website, www.isupk.com, you select the contact us page, and we're in the area near you. We also do online classes. So if you search ISUPK online classes, you'll see those same classes, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. If you're in the Florida area, April 15th, I know I'll be in Florida because we'll be having our Passover down at Cocoa Beach, Florida. So that's April 15th. Commander Jenny Holland, myself, the generals, the captains, we'll all be down there April 15th. So if you want to learn, that's where you can come to learn.
Okay. And you have the Passover coming up. What's the date on that too?
April 15th. April 15th down in Cocoa Beach, Florida. We're going to have the Passover down there. That's April 15th. We're going to have it. So if anybody in the Florida area, that's for any Black, Hispanic, Native Indian, y'all could come and check us out. You can come and eat the lamb with us, meet us, and then we'll be good to go with that. Also, if I could just plug my business real fast, I do sell a fly-ass product.
Right, I've heard about that.
Yeah. I got some of my stuff. I think I got some of them right here. So I sell like the flyest oils and body butters you can find. I don't have no body butters with me to put on display, but I do have my oil.
What website would they be able to get them?
www.tlc1214.com is the website.
All right, and the link to that is going to be in the description.
I appreciate it, brother. So now, I sell the flyers and the best oils you can find. You can only get these oils from me. I hand make every last one of these oils. I hand make the butters. I got beard oil. That's why you see this beard looking so glorious like it is. So if you want your beard to look right, I got beard oil, body butters, candles, incense, oils. Right now, I got a 25% sale for the whole month of March. I call it the March Madness sale. And so if you go right on the website, you'll see the sale is going to kick off. I usually ship every 3 days. So every 3 days, I'm usually shipping the products out. So if you're interested, so I do oils and cologne. So this one here, so this is an oil and this is cologne. So I have different names for them. So the ones I have here for women is like Fairy Tale for women, Love Me for women. I got one of my favorite for men is called Magnum. I don't know if everybody could wear Magnum, but it's called Magnum. But yeah, I got some fly oils. So I got some fly oils, man. Y'all check them out. And if you check out the reviews, I have like 1,700 reviews, all 5-star reviews. So the product is top notch.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about it, man. I got to get some.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. Definitely.
How's it when you shower? When you get out the shower?
Oh, it's perfect when you get out the shower because
Yeah.
the body butter, if you buy the body butter, you won't need lotion. So when you get out the shower, it's a whipped body butter. So you can put the body butter all over your body from head to toe with a scent. So the body butter comes with the scent. So if you get the Magnum, you can get the Magnum body butter and the Magnum oil. Or you can mix and match them if you want. If you want a specially made oil, you hit me up and I got specially made oils for you too.
Got
And
anything?
it comes in cologne format also.
Got anything that like sandalwood?
I got sandalwood.
Yeah,
I got any scent you want. I got sandalwood, Egyptian musk, Franken myrrh. Like I have all the normal, the more popular regular scents. I have them, and then I also have the scents that I make myself. So yes, I definitely have sandalwood, Egyptian musk, Franken myrrh, lick me all over, pink sugar, whatever they looking for. You got if you need it, I got it, guaranteed.
Pink sugar.
Yeah,
that's hard. I heard pink sugar before. All right, man. Yo, listen. Your is coming up. April
2nd. April 2nd.
April 2nd. The debate is going down.
That's right. The debate's going down.
It's going down, man. Which what is it? Which religion or which doctrine
It's,
or which?
Do we trust Africa or not, or do we trust the Bible or not? That's the debate topic.
A whole no look on the Bible. Coming from Captain Tazaryach. I know the craft room is on because they probably never even seen it or heard it this way. Every time we come through, many of y'all probably did, but a lot of people I could just see by some of the reactions that never heard it that way. So you broke it down in a beautiful way.
Well, I appreciate it. And that's the point, man. You want to come in different platforms. I appreciate you letting me break the scriptures down because I think a lot of us think we know the Bible until you actually hear it taught the correct way. So, I'm glad I was able, you let me come in and I was able to speak.
No doubt. It's big though. Jesus wept. Brother, say what's up like that? Is that the small? Is that the that's a short scripture. All right, no, man. Everybody hit me with that, right? Yeah, that's the shortest scripture, right? I should have asked that quiz. I should have asked that quiz. man, that's cool, man. Hey, you can stick around, man. We're gonna do our. Somebody asked about Mighty Hebrew. You a Mighty Hebrew? Yeah.
Mighty Hebrew. He a little weird. Some of the stuff he say did be a little weird to me, man. And
it's cosmic.
But I did meet the brother.
Yeah,
I did meet the brother. He's a decent brother, but there's some stuff he teaches that's just a little weird to me. So,
Mighty Hebrew, he goes. Yeah, he goes there. Everybody says the same thing, man. I love that.
Yeah,
brother,
you're a little weird.
Yeah,
you're a little weird.
Yo, we do on here. We do tea ceremonies. So we drinking tea. You can drink whatever you want. We don't care if it's alcohol, whatever you want. But you can stick around, or if you got to go, you can go. But we just about to do this, and we thank you for coming.
No sweat.
Yeah.
Hey, no, I appreciate it, man. Thank y'all for having me, man.
Yo,
Shalom.
Captain Tazaryach, shalom.
Shalom, bro.
Man, today is crazy, AD.
Yeah.
AD, learn something.
I'm always learning something.
Yo, on the show, I'll tell you, man. You gonna change your name?
Nah.
AD is it, right?
Yeah.
But you got some ill notes. Yo, like I said, shout out to everybody that's still with us. We're gonna go through some music, and you know how we do over here. We're gonna go through some music. But first, we're gonna go through the tea ceremony portion. And it's gonna be a good debate. Man, my whole thing is, man, when once we get to a solution, and you get to a solution within yourself, and you could be at settle. I say never settle. Always gradually grow, because learning and knowledge is a never-ending story. It's a never-ending book, and you always, as soon as you think you mastered something, you have to always get to the next level. You know what I'm saying? So the whole thing is gradually going upward. When you put that seed into the ground, it's in the ground. But then give it time, give it love, give it seasons, and with the right season, it starts to grow, starts to burst out of that shell, and it comes through all of that minerals, and then you have your plant. Later on, your plant becomes a flower. Flower becomes a tree, and it's the ebony growth of all things. And plant and knowledge grows within ourselves the same way. And so, as we plant these seeds, and other people in the craft water, we circulate that together. That mixture causes great, without oxygen and with energy that's coming from all outside. That's how knowledge is born into a great, great, great foundation. Peace, everybody. I should have leave after that, right? Nah, shout out. But that's what it's about. Being open and not being scared. Being, because we scare ourselves too much with all of this spookism. And, a lot of things that we learned, even for the flat earthers, a lot of things that we learned, we was taught to us. So they got that part, right? Even when people sit down to you and say, okay, you've been taught this, you've been shown this. And when you go into things and you do research, source up, always source up. You know what I mean? We're going to say something on here. You either got sources or you got sorcery. You know what I'm saying? You can go to your sources or go to your sorcery. You heard it here first.
Sounds like you're saying sauces in a New York accent.
Source.
Got the sauces?
Source. Allow me to share my screen. Nobody get mad no more. Just allow me to share my screen. What did you just say to me? Allow me to share my screen. So I won't be sharing no screens right now. Yeah, Atum Ray said Bible is not the source. Well, that's what I'm saying. You got a source. Any other source, or any way that you could source up and grab your mathematics as the teacher, my best teacher. See how many so much minds that's in the chat room. When you go back to source and return back into that complete cipher, you'll understand, because you're coming back. It's the rebirth. It's the science behind the butterfly, the dragonfly. A lot of people like to talk about the butterfly all the time. What about a dragonfly? It lives a whole different life under the water. A lot of people don't know that because you're too busy. Everybody always giving the butterfly props, and I do too. You know what I'm saying? Because they get that transformation going on. Mm-hmm. But we was once cells, sperm cells, that look totally different too. So we changing every time we evolving into greater knowledge. And I just said that to have the tea ceremony because I'm setting the mood. I'm getting the mood straight. So when I pour this tea this time, and to make sure this is hot, we have a good time. That's going to be a great debate. Can't wait to hear two brothers, two giants go at it. All right. So AD, what you drinking today?
I'm gonna get some water. I already had coffee.
AD, your whole life change, huh?
No,
water.
I had coffee earlier, so it wouldn't be good.
Disrespect the water.
I wouldn't want to have coffee twice because then I'll be up all night.
Right. Somebody said the star David is you. That's right, yo. Everything that exists within you. Vinny, you're busy looking at the reflection, not the ocean. Oh, that's right. That's right. Pull it in, draw it in. Here we go. And then we're gonna bring on Sewell. We get into this whole science.
Are you bringing him in for the ceremony, or are you doing the ceremony before Sewell?
Ceremony. You already. Thank you, Cover Boy. Yo, Cover Boy. Yo, Ed. I gotta talk to Voltage after this. I gotta find. I didn't see the beats. I gotta get those beats, yo. Sent them to me too, early. I'm looking for them. Shout out to Tall God Haru. He's in the building. Let's see. Richard said pure leaf tea. I've been sipping on a little bit, but I'm gonna do a lychee. How many of y'all know about that? Black tea, spider legs.
Lychee?
Yeah, almost did the James Brown stuff. Jam. All right, you can start it off. We're gonna get busy, man. Shout out to Game Face. Oh man. Dropping codes big time. Thanks, man. These are not codes. These are just
it's not an easy skill to learn.
Thinking. You know what I mean? Thinking outside the box.
Yeah.
I haven't heard from Mighty Hebrew anyway. You know what I'm saying? In a minute, he came through the other day and said, Shalom. Know he's out there in Africa. Big vote.
Mighty Hebrew, let the tea brew.
Bob Praxis. What up? I ain't see you in a minute. To the stage right now. Where you at? Soul. Yeah. Uh-oh, he came. I think you've been punching the bag. I heard the science in there. Shout out Ada. Doja Bay. Definitely real book. So,
What's up with y'all, man?
I know you've been shadow boxing.
Oh no, I ain't. No, I like Cap.
Yo, Cap is crazy. No, I mean, in the good way.
Oh yeah. I mean, you know.
I think it's the orientation, his vocals, and the sure, being so sure what you talk about. A lot of brothers, they get out there and they speak, you know, I first stepped up on the scene. Can't do it like that, man. Especially if you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you gotta be sure, and you gotta be confident about, you know, what you presenting. You know what I'm saying? Hebrew Israelite nation or whatever. They're very confident. They're strong on the streets, and they out there
all the time.
You know, regardless if you agree with them or not. You know, they have a big presence out there on the streets. And that's how we did it.
Yeah, but
that's how we did it.
Yeah,
that's how we did it back in the day.
Yeah, exactly. So going back and forth, and I was gonna say something. I know. No, you here? We about to do some tea. Come on, let's do some tea. I was about to say something. It'll come back to me. It'll come back. I'll wait for it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't going nowhere. Thoughts be losing. You ever have a thought and it just go?
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah, something.
All the time.
Boomerang, you gotta wait for it to boomerang back around. Hold on, let me get this.
Yeah, man.
So if y'all home, or you're in front of your monitor, we about to play some music too and get into some stuff. Y'all know I got the horoscope coming.
Oh man, yeah, horoscope is off the chain. Yeah, we heard a couple of joints from that. I'm with it. We got some stuff too coming too, me and Priest.
Indeed. Music. We had True Mass come through.
Yeah, True Mass. Shout out to True Mass, man. And make sure you guys support, the petition, and make sure y'all sign a petition and support, True Mass's efforts as far as bringing up that case as far as he's falsely accused. So, it's all good.
No doubt. You read that?
You gotta support our brothers out there, man.
Mm-hmm.
You wanna read that soon?
Yeah.
We'll read that super chat.
Yes. Brooklyn Bless. Shout out to Brook Nom. Salute to Sewell the Hot Gun. It's funny you said the Hot Gun. I like that.
We get 2 shots for that one.
He did his thing on the Showtime doc by Sacha Jenkins, who was repping DGK. Oh, thanks. Couple of documentaries I'm on out, with my cousin.
If you haven't seen that, go check it out, man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
What's up?
But yeah, here's the thing though. I want to say one thing.
Right.
Some of that stuff with the Israelites, what they do, where they talk about the dark ages and different things, a lot of that we need to have a more in-depth study of some of that stuff. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I disagree with them, but I want to read some of the information that they have so I can add it up with some of the information that I have to make, have a cohesive understanding. You know what I mean? Because it's like the same thing with Dan Calloway. Here we all have Cap is saying that Harriet Tubman was an Israelite, right?
No, he said that she exists.
She exists, right. And she's an Israelite. But Dan Calloway is saying she didn't exist.
He said that, yes, he did say
So we got to figure it out.
That's the point of debating, and that's the point.
We got to figure this out.
That's the point of debating. That's the point of going through data, information, sources, ancestors. That's the thing, and it's not that hard. It's just going back and going through the data, going through the numbers, going through the math, and that's it. And then the answer, your answer is there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's either one way. You right or you wrong. If you're wrong, move on.
Mm-hmm.
But the truth is the truth. It can't be mixed, diluted. It can't be
And tampered with.
Yeah, it can't be watered down.
Yeah.
So that's what it's for. To me, I'm thinking thought provoking. It provoked thought because you could have got up in this morning and wouldn't even think about Harriet Tubman, but now somebody pushes that issue into your mind. Then you're like, okay, let me go do a research on that. Even with Dane, he's saying that didn't even exist. It pushes that thought into your mind. Now you balancing it. It's the yin and the yang. It's the black side and the white side. And they both go inside. It's the Super Friends and the Legion of Doom. However you take it, is both sides of the scale. And
That's right.
And they go like this. Sometimes they tilt.
Yeah.
Different days they tilt.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, I think it's a lot of studying that we need to do, man. You know what I mean? And I think that it's great to have these kinds of conversations. You know what I'm saying? And we need to keep having these conversations as we go on and on and on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? And I want to see somebody bring some profound facts to the table.
Well, that's the whole thing, though. You know, a lot of people talk. A lot of people say when the last time you saw facts? A lot of people.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Last time you seen people talk, but in your mind, if you see first, it's like plaque. Plaque get on your. It can get into your mind, and it can block you from seeing things. And then when you get into it, you got to first clear the blockage that's inside of your mind. This is what I'm just. And then you can go ahead and say, okay, now there's thoughts outside. There's things that exist before me, maybe after me, but, you know, let's deal with now. So there were things that exist before me. There was things that were put inside of my consciousness that I have to rebirth myself, renew my history myself, and take that out. And then could see evidence, because like even what Dane said, you know what I'm saying, with the bones. Right. I take everything and you weigh them and you be like, well, maybe that's kind of deep. It makes me think outside the box. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot I could say, but it's not my thing.
It's not. Well,
it's not my thing to talk. It's their turn to talk. That's why they're here.
Well, I you know, I'm all about asking questions, and I'm saying,
well, you got to ask them next time.
Yeah. And my whole thing is that if, you know, they're saying we don't need to go by, you know, geology and studying rocks and bones and things like that, right? Well, they should be trying to show some kind of fossil here in America, Mesoamerica, for lack of a better word, of some findings that predate the fossils that they found across the world. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that if they find something over here. You know, Ivan Van Sertima's work, They Came Before Columbus, is a remarkable book, man.
Who was Ivan? Oh yeah,
Dr. Ivan Van Sertima, yeah. And They Came Before Columbus, and he, you know, a lot of people say that his stuff is pseudo now, but that book was very, very profound. And Cootie Mayo, right? Cootie Mayo. Did I say his name right? Cootie Mayo.
I think you said it right.
Cootie Mayo and Dan Calloway. I'm not saying that they never read his book, but you guys should definitely read his book, because that y'all could use that, you know what I mean? As far as like different things to use to prove your points. He has a lot of different like artifacts in there that they obtained.
All right. Sister Bethy Talk Show says, Killah, I have facts. Would love to present them one day. I would love for you to come through and present them.
Oh, yeah.
That's one
Email
thing.
Priest directly at info@killahpriest.tv.
Like that tea is great. What is that?
Yeah, this is some great tea. This is lychee right here.
It's nice.
Oh, that's...
Yeah.
So yes, email me. I'm here, and when you come on the show, please present the facts. We love it. I love it all, man. Come on. That's what I'm saying. Solutions is Evolution. Say revolution, that's redoing it all over. We got to do the evolution and start
The evolution of revolution.
Yeah, get out of repeating the same cipher, because we can keep repeating, going around in a circle, not getting nowhere. You just hamster wheeling. You know what I'm saying? And then on a bigger scale, you could be on a big hamster wheel, going real fast. Then you just spinning the same thoughts. When we gonna get off the hamster wheel? Because I wonder if the hamster knows that he's even on a wheel. No, because he wouldn't be running that fast. Trying to get somewhere and never getting nowhere. Get off the wheel and then look at the wheel from the outside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now let me get out this cage. Cause you start thinking everything. I caught myself in the cage just now. I was just like, wait, hold on.
No.
You know what I mean? Trap. Rakim said, you trap. He said he was trapped between the line and he escaped. The trap between the rhyme. But he escaped when he finished the line.
I was trapped between the line. I escaped.
Finished the
when
line.
I finished the line.
He was trapped between
it's
the
hot.
line.
That was hot.
Proverbs are everywhere, yo.
Yeah.
It's in little knick-knack. It's in the corner. Somebody, when y'all walk near the corner, just look in the corner. There's something in it. You know what I mean? You might need to change that crack in your ceiling because you're not observing your whole surrounding.
Mm-hmm.
It's heavy. Yeah. All right. So, AD, you got soda water today.
Soda water.
Oh, that soda water is at the mountain.
It's
Valley.
Mountain Valley spring water.
Mountain Valley spring water. I had that.
Yeah.
Kind of expensive.
Somebody said cat music for.
You know I be bougie like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, let's play some of that. Let's play some of that cat form real quick.
Cat again?
You want to play something new?
No, I'm doing that Wu-Tang again.
Yeah.
Again and again.
Can't go through, but
oh, you playing the John? You playing the John? Okay.
I'm gonna hear the Lord.
Lord.
Yo, Lord, that Lord is my joint.
Peace, Lord.
Yo, we say that. Yo, that's high honor. You know what I'm saying? When we start honor, Lord, respect. You know what I mean? We used to call each other son. And I know Method Man said we call each other son because we shine like one. You got to put the twist on it.
Mm-hmm.
To bit out, get us out of the crib.
SON is SUN.
That's right. Get us out of the crib. We be like, oh, baby talk. Going in the crib right now. Word. It's another saying that put us down. We got to start uplifting. I remember when Farrakhan said something that our names changed. The bad boys, we used to be Earth, Wind, and Fire. We were elements.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Then we start changing our names to more dangerous things.
Change the name to more dangerous things.
Like Killah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the killer priest. I kill all negative.
Yeah.
I be sitting up there sniping them because they creep into our minds unaware. So we need a killer to come kill all the negative stuff that be in there. Because if you ain't gonna do it, I gotta do it. Because first I gotta start by killing the negative that be in my mind. Mm-hmm. It'd be like, okay, if I can't, because that's how I rehearse. You rehearse on self. You deal with self first, and you be like, man, I'm wrestling with devils. Mm-hmm. So you wrestle with just what they taught us. And you find out it wasn't even you the whole time. They put that coat on my back. What you gotta do is unzipping. I like the new, what they be saying now, unzip, unpack. You unpack, you lay things out. That's enough. I'm not preaching today. The brother came on. And the brother is handling it, man. You know what I mean? Not doing this. Said all.
Oh, this is the.
Come on, Chris G. Not going there.
You gotta let us hear the gospel. Let us hear the gospel.
I don't do the ghost spells.
Let us hear the gospel. Well, we definitely got the sermon earlier. We got the sermon earlier.
Hey.
You are the priest.
Hey, listen.
Speak to us. Speak to us. Speak to us.
This is about the separation of niggas and punks. I might say how too much. No, it's time for real, my real brothers to step up. All the backbiting, fake niggas, you know, just cats that's not being real. This is about an evolution of us as being people and as growing.
Yes, yes.
Get all the fake stuff out the way. Y'all had y'all time. Y'all ran with it. It's over now. I'm getting out. I'm going in today. It's a lot of fake niggas out there.
Tell him.
Tell him.
Should I go in?
Praise the Lord. Praise
Talk
the
to
Lord.
him.
Well, you know.
It's about growth and development. It's about getting that health right.
Indeed.
That's Brother Jackson.
Now I'm gonna go in.
Well, tell us.
Sugar's whack.
Tell us, priest. Tell us, brother priest.
Hey D, could you stand up? Well, I'm calling out the pew.
Nuh-uh. Go ahead. Keep going.
Keep going. Keep on. Preach
Sugar's
on,
whack.
brother. Preach on, brother.
That brother in the back, AD, could you please stand up?
Hell no.
We need Minister Inky. He said sugar's whack. But you said, I know this is good sugar.
It's good sugar.
There you go.
There's good sugar and then
There's
there's
good
bad
sugar.
sugar.
It's literally called
But what kind of sugar?
But it's not
What
Domino.
sugar you dealing
Well,
with?
you can't go buy it from the store. Like, you
What you
can't just go
dealing
get Domino. You can't
What you
get it in
dealing?
cereal.
Who you dealing with? What you dealing with?
Somebody said elderberry. Elderberry, could you stand up, elderberry?
elderberry.
Yeah, I know Elder Jerry Burns. Shout out to all the pastors. It was an elder. There was a lot of elders, but nobody ever listened to Elderberry. Elderberry.
Elderberry.
Today we're gonna read the
You
book.
think about that. You
Mark
take
Buddha.
that. Take elderberry.
Outside,
Familiar
yo.
with that, huh?
Gotta be
That
good
was
to your
funny.
elders.
Outside, I had to go in.
Oh my God.
It's the sermon, man. That's the sermon.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
Yeah, man. Thanks for
Praise the Lord.
Yes, read that, AD, man. We have to really bring that back down. That was love. That's what I'm talking about. Sometimes, somebody said elders. That's right.
Ceaseless 100 says, thanks for the music promotion section, let alone the constructive critics.
And a straight baller. Straight riding in the baller. He's in his craft like this. He put 200 on it.
He said, I'm glad to be judged by my peers than to be judged by anyone else.
Yeah. I thought you said, yep, exactly.
Shout out to Ceaseless 100
That's right.
for the
Jeez.
200.
Yo,
Ceaseless 100. Shout out, my
don't
brother.
be scared.
For
Don't
the
be scared.
200.
Don't be scared.
It's time now, like these, when we get in this type of information, cats are sitting down and we're building. We're having real dialogue. We're having talks that we usually don't have because nobody talks around the table no more.
That's right. Nobody does.
True
that.
Mass came up here and told the truth about what happened to him. If you don't let they will lie. All lies get up out the building.
They do. They lie on you. Create cases around you. You know what I mean?
Go ahead.
Create a whole.
Talk to him. Talk to him.
They create a whole lie around you.
Amen.
Somebody you might have hung out with somebody. He didn't like what you might have been, you could have been reading a Spider-Man comic.
Right.
And then he'll create a whole lie around you, and then everybody be running around that motherfucker over there. He's crazy. What does it matter to him if he wants to read the Spider-Man comic? And you create a whole world around this brother with his sister and say that they all call kinds of names. You might as well should have went over there and talked to him. You might have been a computer electronic or some wild ass shit like that. You know what I mean? So yeah. Somebody said Deacon Cornbread. I like
Now,
that.
listen. Today
But you know,
is a deliverance. I just want to say that, and then you can come back and deep. A deliverance from whackness. How Tupac said, niggas and bitches. just you know what I mean? If the whackness and the fake and all of that is around you, just cut it off today. Raise your consciousness from out of that. The same person coming around you talking about the same thing they've been talking about for years. Nobody doing nothing different. Get away from them. Because they're not elevating you. They're in your life to hold you back. They are telling you something because they scared of what you're going to become. So get them out of your life.
Yes.
Some of you might have to run.
Yeah.
I know somebody who ran down the street.
Like, you know, because, like, let's take for instance, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people were sitting there and they might say, man, you know, Cap Tazaryach, I don't agree with nothing he says. I got all the facts, this, that, and the third, but you got to be humble enough.
You dealing with something with Captain Tazaryach?
No, I'm just saying, for instance, a lot of people disagree with some of the stuff that the Israelites say, but what I'm saying is sometimes why don't you just sit down and listen to what they got to say sometimes? You got to hear everybody out.
That's right. You
got to have an open mind. You can't just run in there and be like, I'm going to take him out. You know, you got to kind of sit down with him, you know, and kind of build with him. And if you got more information than them, then you should be able to kind of like enlighten them. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I kind of listen to everybody.
Well, that's what he was doing.
Yeah.
He was just here. He was just speaking. And because sometimes people don't listen because they just listen to respond.
Mm-hmm.
They're not even listening to what you're saying. They just listen to respond. So they like, they still doing this.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He's trying to talk, but you listening. You don't even catch what he's saying because you like, you know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, you miss everything. You the last one out the church. Praise you come out.
Now
everybody got saved. Now, I'm not talking about you.
No.
I'm speaking in general. You know what I mean? Because people be listening like, no, because it messes with their belief system. That's why sometimes you just gotta take. I wanted some music right there. Sometimes you just gotta take off things instead of putting things on. We put too much pressure on ourselves.
That's right.
Too much pressure on ourselves.
Yeah, you can't take.
Michael Mack said in the beginning we were black. Like this. But we are. And if a rock didn't land on us.
Well, yeah.
How was it? Somebody threw a rock. I'm gonna stop, man. I ain't doing this because I'm not no preacher.
Yeah.
But sometimes I get into a zone.
I mean, it's just having an open mind at the end of the day. Bottom line.
Somebody said good old church voice.
You can sit around and, you know.
Atum Ray. All right, y'all. We having fun,
good old
man.
church boys. Oh, man, you funny. Shout out to Atum.
Yeah, you gotta be able to have some type of fun, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Life is too short for us to just be sitting around and stressing everything. You like this every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta need drums. So, man, listen to some pianos. You know what I mean? Some nice violins or something like that. Everything. Boom.
Yeah.
You like that? Rather just be sitting around like this. Yeah, that be going on. Play it. You sit up there dropping all type of beautiful lot knowledge, but he looking at you like this. That music be going through his head too.
That's how it is. It's like he's looking at this, gazing at him like this.
I get what you're saying.
Might be, or it might be a motherfucker with a face like this, like.
Yeah, just screwed up, right?
Staring
like,
at
bro,
you. Shit.
It ain't that serious, yo.
Looking at you like you don't know what the hell you talking about.
Right. He want to tell you you might need a hug.
Yeah.
Like this. I'm good.
Like this.
I understand.
He got the sword ready. He's ready to draw the sword. The sword is ready to chop his head off. He's not listening to anything he's saying. He might have gave him a jewel. 5 jewels in one sentence. He don't want to hear that. He's just ready to take his head off.
Yo, sometimes you gotta let cats do their thing. You know what I mean?
No, I know.
No, it's just like,
I know.
If it's a ring, because like I told somebody they like to fight. I told him one time, I said, yo, man, you might as well go ahead and get paid, go into a gym and kind of like channel your anger. They just like to fight all the time. They know who they are. If they listening to me. And I said, why don't you take all that anger and go into a gym and put it somewhere? They didn't want to do it like that. Nah, everything is just like boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Till you meet somebody that can match that. You know what I mean? You might as well get paid for it. Why are you going to get you going to give somebody a free beat down, or you going to catch a free one like that when you can learn that, put that to skill. That's what I'm saying. A lot of y'all got skills and stuff like that. Put them to work. You know what I mean? That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, you know, it's not, no one's, I don't agree with what everybody say, but I don't have a sword drawn when somebody's just there to come and build. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I like to hear people out.
Yeah, you sure?
Yeah.
All right. Because you said it like, man.
Well, no, I mean, some of my opponents.
Okay.
Some of my opponents on here.
Oh.
Maybe the exception of one.
Uh-oh.
You know, a lot of those guys lost because they just simply didn't. You know, they were wrong. You know, see, when you're wrong, you're wrong. You know, when I say things and
I'm not going to
talk about that. You know, I mean, when we show sources and we get to the etymology of words and, you know, those kinds of things, if you can't stand there and try to say you're right when you know you're wrong. And I'll be the first person to tell you, when I'm wrong, I will accept that. If someone told me north was north, but it wasn't north, and the fool told me to go south, a lot of people would go south and not going the opposite way. You understand what I'm saying? So there's a lot of that kind of stuff going on. So, you know, when you deal with opponents, you know what I'm saying? Certain guys, they just want to be right. I don't always want to be right, but when I know I'm right, I just know I'm right about the certain subject matter at hand. I don't really just throw myself in there, you know what I mean, when I know I'm going to lose. You know what I'm saying?
Because you want to be right.
Well, you know what I'm talking about. No. But you made a good point. Yeah. When a person has the facts, right, and certain things like that, you could present them, but your opponent, he just want to take you out. You know what I'm saying? He just wants to win.
No, but that would make him not a good, worthy opponent. If somebody just wants to take you out, but if somebody wants to share information with you and you can't receive it, then that means that the problem is with you, because you can't even fathom yourself receiving something.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That's not his problem. Yeah, the problem. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Before we get all tangled up.
No. I think everybody out there knows what we're talking about. Everybody knows what we're talking about.
This is a slow process.
Yeah. Everybody.
Can we get to some music?
Yeah.
Let's get to some music now. Before we go, all right. This is getting crazy. Thank you, AD.
All right. This is a part of the show where we do song promotions, where we play songs for promotional use.
Right.
Submitted to the show. So today we've got approximately 8 tracks. So here we go. First track is by KOD from the Netherlands. It is called Life is Short. And here we go.
Mark of the Buddha like it. Shout out to Mark
Nice.
of Bill.
Yeah, that was
Shout out to
hard.
Rod L.
That was a cool track.
Nice.
So shout out to KOD from the Netherlands for that.
Oh, he's from the Netherlands. Dope.
Oh, okay.
Off top.
Yeah.
Everybody from the Netherlands got beat, yo. Nice. That's where Jordan from. Shout out to God's Wrath.
Mm-hmm.
Safe Bark. Marv.
Nice.
Black Marvel. Jordan. Shroom.
Who was the other brother? Cypher Barker.
Safe Bark.
Yep, Cypher Barker.
All right. This next track is by DJ Aurora Borealis.
Oh, shoot. It's on.
It's called Don Draper. Here we go.
Classified information. Men in black suits, black briefcase, get the code. 700 backwards, the rest is untold. About to unfold the truth beyond the death of the old. 7 scientists in pursuit who hold the antidote to the human immunodeficiency virus, the virus, human android. Attempt to break the 7 seal, reveal 7 heads, 10 horns. Babylon, Persia, Greece, Rome, Nebuchadnezzar, feet clay. Storing treasures on earth to be utterly destroyed by my 16 pristine, 16 chapter. Vatican bar, sexual attention, and eternal things make treasures in heaven. The time is now, sermon in the mount, high 97, live in effect. Funk Master Flex, Apex, Angry God, sound of bright. As the North Store in the winter, enter the center, lecture, proctor, sketches of the architect articulate. Debate,
And his voice is got better.
Yeah, sounds a lot.
Yeah,
I like it.
Nuclear threat, archipelago, Fallout Celtics, being booked at the Rassos.
All right, that was DJ Aurora Borealis with Don Draper. What an improvement, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds great.
Way dope.
I
can't even knock that one.
I don't even know what to say on that. Like,
Yeah.
sounded good.
It sounds really good. I mean, I think it has. He sounds way clearer.
Yeah, I can hear what he's saying.
So now, you need to take it to the next chamber.
That's a song.
He's doing it.
Very nice. All right, we're gonna keep it moving. Next up now. Let me get it. Okay, this next one is by Miko McNeil. It's called Hot Tunnel with Drag On. Here we go.
Oh wait, Drag On like from the
So yeah. Looks
Okay.
like it from
from,
DMX. From
DMX.
Rough Riders.
Yeah, Rough Riders. All right.
Here we go.
Drag On is a dope spinner.
I'm surfing the crime wave, 9 days of straight grinding. You've been embarrassed by the cameras if you're wearing fake diamonds. I wake up every day, the same way getting cake. I'm selling you the album, I gave away the mixtape. Friday night flights, I got pops some crack rocks. The Mac pop, we promote a Mac laptops. I'm doing bad, with a gun and a mask. You wanna know my motivation, bro? Don't even ask to bring clientele. We in the Beamer Count Mail. Oh hell, I'm at the stop sign, pronounced on the scale.
Niggas talking but ain't living it. Niggas talking but ain't living it. Crystal pop, we sipping it. Hard hats.
You see the signs of success, that's God working. When things for certain, I'ma watch out for these serpents. Fuck no, nigga, we ain't cool no more. Bitch, I ain't no duck, but I've been fooled before. And that shit'll never happen again. If I get that work, trust me, I'm never rapping again. Please forgive me, but ain't nobody give me shit. I was riding around with that 5-stick on my dick. I had to let my nuts hang, I had to cook and cut cane. I had to bust the vein, just to see a little change.
Niggas talking but ain't living it. Niggas talking but ain't living it. Niggas talking but ain't living it. Crystal pop, we sipping it. Hard hats and lizard shit.
Nigga
Niggas talking it but ain't living it. Ciroc, yes, I'm sipping it. All blue on some crippin' shit. It's H.E. bitch. Rolling Dutches with the williest of the willies. But no Phillies, I'm on these niggas' Achilles. That's why they won't kill me. Hating niggas wanna hate, but they feel me. Started my own label, told them other niggas fuck you. Then dug my own self out the grave with bare knuckles. This shit easy, homie, believe me, homie. Them bullets hit your chest, you gon' be wheezing, homie. Yeah, no asthma pump, your ass better run. Hood environment, that Mac dump. Act up, throw it back up, back trunk. Where they found you at, cause they ain't have your back, huh? This H.E. drag to the fucking dash, huh?
Niggas talking but ain't living it. Niggas talking but ain't living it. Niggas talking but ain't living it.
It's about underrated MC.
Yeah, drag on, yeah.
Never spit nothing whack. Always fire.
I thought he was gonna like DMX's protege at one time. Kinda, sorta, maybe.
Yo, every lyric he ever spit, Drag On was always dope.
Nice.
Always dope. Every time. And I love DMX. All his albums, all of that. But every time I Drag On is an MC. So yeah, he don't get enough props, yo.
Yeah.
That's an underground lyricist right there.
Who is that brother name?
Miko McNeil.
Shout out to Miko McNeil.
They have another submission
Drag On too?
that they also did. It's with Fire featuring Young Noble of the Outlaws.
Oh, okay. Then we getting a treat today. Getting a treat today. Oh, it's gonna be dope.
Yeah. Young Noble Outlaw.
Is this the same cat?
McNeil. My Machiavelli
Shout out to McNeil, yo.
Killah, Gaddafi live on. Hussein Fatal live on. Outlaws live on. Yeah, I spit it so you can feel. Man, these streets so real. Young Noble Outlaw. Miko McNeil. The good die young. We was raised with the steel. Like we still getting hung by the system and the pigs. I done seen too much as a kid. The bottom line, we just all trying to live. I don't ask for much, but your ear. The message, I spit it clear. Just hoping that you can hear. And fully comprehend too. All the shit I've been through. Lord homie, all I spit is the truth. See, I'm Machiavelli trained, that's simple and plain. Pay attention, young homie, I can show you the game. Pay attention, young homie, I can show you the ropes. Get that ghetto gospel, I'm Young Noble the Pope. I done it all, I done seen it all. I guess it's just the life of an outlaw. Come on.
What's the dude name?
Miko McNeil.
Miko McNeil, thank you, brother. You got two MCs. He knows his joint.
The jealous got me strapping up, they rapping tough, they bragging stuff, but they money ain't stacking up. And I'm fresh, no way and tell, don't hate here. The critics say I'm writing shit like Shakespeare, and I'm sharp, Picasso in the art, musical Mozart, on meals on wheels. I go get it on a go-kart, ride or die, dirt road across my stomach, like Thug Life, Tupac, Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad. I'm a Jackson Billy and a Floridian, a Trayvon Martin, QTS, George Zimmerman. All this dirt on me, God had to clean it. Bless to those who seen him. Rest in peace to Duval's Queen Pen. Cocaine licking out my swag glands, gun peeking out my sweatpants. I ain't worried about the next man. No one passed me the Rocky, seen the stars open. Bald head, back from the dead, Lamar Odom.
Shout out to Crown Jewels. Mike.
Miko McNeil. Fire featuring Young Noble of the Outlaws. That was fire.
That was dope.
Great submissions.
Yes. Each song by Homeboy was dope.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Great submissions today. All right, you ready to keep it going?
Of course.
Next up now, we got Odamai. Remember Odamai?
No.
He was on one of our collaboration tracks. The one with Voltage. You'll recognize his voice.
Yeah.
He's got a very distinct voice. Here we go. Odomai from Florida. This track is called "I Got a Rep." Here we go.
Yo, Cover Boy is crazy.
Zion, yo. Metaphysic, better lyrics, I'm getting magnetic with it. Tell the vision of a megalithic relic of a prism capsulated from these cats who hate and trying to castrate them and bring a death to the living like a nigga masturbating, destroying the seed, exploiting the Eve, getting thrown off the lean. When it comes to life, try to be more than a thief and realize these brothers out here forming alliances. Better know who them lions is. Study like a scientist, cause there's a thin line between religion and spirit. Descendants of inheritance, yo, my vision is clearer. Once I became aware of all of the wisdom that's hidden, I knew that I had to cherish the sacredness of this mission. To gather the tribe, shattered a lot, scattered on every side. It's immaculate, the fact we live in fabulous times. Archaeology is all I see when pattering rhymes from archaic allegories found in elephantine. Just my analysis, bigger than the nigga living with elephantiasis. Digging through the scriptures and left with hell of a dialect. And this is all I know. Yo, my flow is phenomenal, so I gotta rep. Zion.
Yo, is that Zion? That's his name?
That is Odomai.
Odomai. Shout out to you, brother.
From Florida.
Good looking Voltage for that one. That he was around for Voltage?
Oh, he was on the collaboration track we did with Voltage.
That was murder.
Yeah.
That was murder.
Yeah, he was nice.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking
Everything about that, yo.
Yeah.
About to play some Royal Priesthood. This is crazy.
Yep.
Y'all lighting it up tonight, yo.
Yeah, great submissions. Let's see. Next one is by Ken Andrew from Newark, New Jersey. This track is called Love.
Okay.
Oh, DJ. I'm in love. 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 Been looking for you the whole night. Been looking for you my whole life. Be someone I can hold tight. Come closer, baby, I don't buy. Don't buy. Don't buy. Don't buy. Don't buy. Don't buy. Quiet. Let the crazy sexy thing you do. Once I get you, I'ma never let you go. Nothing comes between me and you. And I never thought I would say these words. Promise me I just won't get hurt. Word. Nothing comes between me and you. And I never thought I would say these words. Promise me I just won't get hurt. I'm in love. 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 Now I'm looking at you through my peripherals. I see something in you, don't see in other girls. Trade the sun and the moon, come from another world. There's no woman like you, that's more beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Wow, that little crazy sexy thing you do. Once I get you, I'ma never let you go. Nothing comes between me and you. And I never thought I would say these words. Promise me I just won't get hurt. Word. Nothing comes between me and you. And I never thought I would say these words. Promise me I just won't get hurt. I'm in love. 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 Love. I'm in love. I'm in love. I'm in love. I've been looking for you the whole night. I've been looking for you my whole life. I've been looking for you the whole night. I've been looking for you my whole life.
Hey.
Thank you. That was fire.
You got another one?
No. Just
that was fire.
Overspill.
Well, let me give him his props, yo.
Ken Andrew from Newark, New Jersey.
I'm in love, yo. That's fire.
That's hot.
On this show, cats be once you say I'm in Ra, but you can say I'm in love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Switch it up a little bit.
That'd be good. That'd be a good track too.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I like. I mean, you know, it's all good. It's one of them type of genres. You know, you can sit back with your lady. You know what I mean?
Someone called it a panty wetter.
Could be. Depending on the mood, you know what I mean?
Wet panties, yeah.
You know what I mean? You drive down to Malibu over there with Malibu and, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Had some, you know, I don't know.
No, come on, you can't stop. You.
Well, you know, Malibu, you know, you imagine that song when you driving on the coast, you know, right? What do they call that? Is the Pacific Coast?
PCH?
Yeah, the PCH out here in LA. Everybody know about that. You know what I mean? And you driving on the coast, the water's right there, the mountains is right there, and you playing that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You have a great night. You know what I mean? Go up to the mountaintop. We call it the Panga Canyon. Go to the canyon and look at the stars. You know? I don't know.
All right, lady.
True.
Yeah.
All right.
Whip the car. They go real fast. Okay, man.
That's what I would do. I mean, you know, I would do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Drive down there. Yeah.
Hit your hydraulics with it.
Yeah, hydraulics a joint. You know what I mean?
Go up and down. So
you know, you can playing Voltage, all the cats out here in LA, they all know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
All right. Next track here is by Zeta Divine. It's called Divine Spark. They are promoting their NFTs. Here we go. Oops. I should probably unmute it.
Yo.
It's about how you live when you were here.
1, 2. See the divine within yourself, God. Yo. On a physical plane with a spiritual name, a dark storm descends, frames my form. Born of elements, connects irrelevance, seeking reverence with the higher intelligence and benevolence. Please inform me, sire. Yo, why am I here? Why does the fire of my desire ignite my fear? Well, I've been fighting for years in the holiest of battles, sacrificing my strength to hold the castle from these misfits and the wickedness. This shit is ridiculous. Developing that smoke, scorpion, folk in the sickness, kneeling by the right side of your throne. I miss this. I glimpse when I'm alone in quiet states of meditation, but I lay awakened. During this riot I'm facing, I be tired of patience, embracing the mind, seeing my wisdom refined, but my system decline. That's just the mission of mine, but that mission's divine. The decision to rhyme, the inscription of lines, the description in time, label, parable, allegory, fable, and myth, embellishments making scholars think I didn't exist. So why I persist as the giver of gifts, cause this wisdom is a light shining bright in the mist. Why I fight, cause these niggas adrift in the abyss. Sojourn the river Styx just to get up their kicks with no concern for your kiss. Your holy words seem so absurd when they turned and hiss and curse in fits. Then they throw up their fists and fight in the hells. They only fight in themselves and material wealth. You know his presence is felt with the essence of health, the definition of health in the beast in stealth. Your teachings back on the shelf, whether the Bible, Quran, the Bhagavad Gita, Dhammapada, Tao Te Ching, they all filled with ether. They don't need no priest neither to be a peace seeker, but to each his own. Hope they reach in my poem and start to zone. Know what, they're not alone, it's one and the same. Everybody's lost in the game. Check.
It's about how you live when you were here.
1, 2. Divine spark. For myself, I have gained nothing. Take my heart with both hands, twist, wring out the blood, bring in the flood. May the cities we have built be mud. I stand offering you 2 burnt bricks in one hand. May the east and west be as one land, and in the other 4 seas for 4 breeds of fundamental life coexisting. Principles of temperament types, fire and water, mineral, vegetable, animal, human. To these may each component exhibit fine tuning with the exclusion of separation or stagnation. May the the thunder I utter from my mouth, drawing the sound of lamentation from plantations in the south. Made the sluices of the heavens open with a deluge to bring forth fields of plant life for which it preludes. Made the body of the earth exude bountiful harvest and made the mind of mankind shine through the dark, dark, dark. Divine spark. Divine spark. The divine within yourself, God, hypnosis. The divine. The divine. Divine spark within yourself, self. Come on, y'all.
It's about how you live when you were here. Demons that keep you from the path is left.
All right.
Yeah, that was tight.
So it should be noted, this is an NFT that was created specifically as a Killah Priest podcast exclusive. So if you guys are interested in that, go to OpenSea, and he made that exclusively for. He has a whole collection of these that he's putting out. So, yeah.
I heard the.
You heard the sample?
Yeah, I heard the sample. Yeah,
Killah Priest exclusive. Yeah. So. Y'all check that out on OpenSea. Shout out to Divine Spark.
Is the same guy?
Zeta Divine. I'm sorry. Shout out to Zeta Divine.
That's how you live when you were here.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll do that for you. Word. That's crazy.
I like how he said hip-hopnosis.
Yeah.
Shout out to Divine. What's his name?
Zeta Divine.
Oh, Zeta Divine. Nice, man. I liked it. I enjoyed it. The beat was dope. Lyrics was dope. Nice.
So y'all check that out.
That was hard.
Yeah.
Very cool to have NFTs. I think there's going to be a new thing. You know what I mean? And then Killah Priest has his NFT dropping very soon. A few of them. Yeah.
I also got some too with Voltage. Yes. Me and Voltage got 5 NFTs in the music video.
Nice.
A collection. So, yeah, it's coming.
This time around.
All right. Next. It's still loading here.
It don't bother me.
We got a track here from 33.
Oh, okay. And the third? What?
His name's 33. The name of the track is 33rd Hall. So here we go.
Hyped Imagination Beats. Hyped Imagination Beats. Let's go.
I'm a lion acting bougie, wild and unruly. You into do booties, anime movies and trulies. There's no excuses, excuse me. I've had a few drinks, now my words are mixing loosely. Sip a couple brewskis, fill a couple loose leaves. Looking for that quarter like I'm ripping out my loose teeth. I want it all, fill the bag, don't pack the bills loosely. Give me all your cheddar, mozzarella, and your blue cheese. Don't forget the dough, after this I'll be the pizza man. Bringing that to rappers like only Grim Reapers can. The reefer man get you flying higher than Peter Pan. I'll chief a gram faster than your man Wiz Khalifa can. You be like, damn, he the man, 33 the man. Rhymes got your head spinning like a turbo ceiling fan. Huge rip blowing out the window, got Febreze in hand. Oh shit, gotta go, I think it's the meter man.
The voltage.
Let's go.
Oh, it's buffering.
Oh.
Come on. Now.
Mess with 33? I wouldn't take a jab at man. He'll send you to Afghanistan in the middle of a travel ban. Now you're battling Taliban, dressing like a lad man, wishing that you had a plan. You fools don't stand a chance. Dressing like some fancy pants, weighing about a half a gram, talking like you half a man. Lil Nas X, that's my jam. Cold battle plan, disinfectants till you have a can. Forget micro, I'll spray the whole world with some macro ban. The psych ward said it's always 7:30 at my house. My rhyme's out, now baby rappers getting timeouts. It's lights out, except at Biden's pipe house. The fight's out, lab rats versus the white mouse. And right now, these other writers just might pout. I want take, you silly boys, stop white out. Got white owls on my couch with live owls. I spit these rhymes, all three of them crack a wide smile. The smile's wide, it's wide as about 5 miles. Check my files, I always been a wild child. Abilified, sillified, my wild style. Soaking up Orion's energy like he was my child. He is an Osiris, little dude is wild, wild. Their guns go boom, boom, your guns go pow, pow. So you're a big L when you're stepping foot in my house. Adios, amigos, you geese folks better fly south.
Yeah, that's cool. It sounds like a beat I would like too, you know what I mean? I mean, it sounds like a song I would like, but...
You spit on that, A?
No, because here's the thing. Like, I like the concept. I like the way he's rhyming. I dig that, you know what I mean? But the bass, the kick drum, the snare drum, it needs to be rugged, rough, and louder. Like, it needs that. Really, it's missing there. The vocals are cool. I like his rapping, but the beat... And I like the samples too, but we need that kick drum and that snare drum to really come up because they're really tucked down there. You know what I mean? I hear the sample on the top. The kick drum and the snare drum are just kind of too low. I would bring those up. You know what I mean? So we can really get the head bobbing, and then you just put that verse on top of that, and you'd be set. But yeah, if you send me the stems, I'd be happy to remix that for you. But I'd really...
Yeah, spit at 16.
Yeah, that'd be fun too. I would definitely do that. But yeah, dude, the bass drum and the snare drum are the most important elements when you first create the track. You know what I mean? Get those solid. Get that kick drum solid. Get the snare solid. And then bring everything else in as an atmosphere. Create the platform for the verse. That's it. But that was cool.
Can we hear one of your verses?
No.
Can we hear
about?
one of your songs? Let's play your song right
What
after.
song?
What you put out? Let's put out that one. Just
Yeah,
one line.
I mean, I got my video coming out soon.
All right.
We'll do that. We'll do that.
That was straight AD.
We'll do a thing.
That was straight AD.
Go ahead.
What I think is, it's real noisily, but it was fun. It was definitely fun. It was dope. It raps. You know what I'm saying? It was fun. It was a little witty.
Yeah, I like how he kept it tough. You know what I mean?
What you think?
It's not particularly for me, but I like the way it sound. I mean, you know what I'm saying? The lyrics was clear. I could hear everything he was saying, and also the beat. You know what I mean? But that's not for me. But you know,
Don't give up.
Yeah, don't give up, and it was put together really well. I mean, somebody would like it. Look, AD likes it. You know what I'm saying? So, not saying it like that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody somewhere along the line is going to like it.
If we bring the snare and the kick drum up.
Yeah.
Because, like, I can sense how it would be, like, ill, like, really ill.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But he's almost there. He's almost there. That's kind of a mixed thing. Okay. Moving on. Next up, we've got The Mark of Buddha.
Hey.
Shout out to The Mark of Buddha.
And this track is called Horror.
Hey.
Which is appropriate. Where it at, though? Put it in.
Shout out to Ty Phoenix, too.
Yep. Hold on a second. All right, it's in here. Boom. Oh, it was on this side. My bad. Okay, here we go. Take it from the top. See, I like this kick and I like the snare.
Haunting.
Yeah. And it's in the pocket.
Ooh.
Like the way it drags.
We're about to pick up the axe and go back outside. 4 in the morning joints. This is dog. Yeah.
Ooh,
right there.
short and sweet. I like
What
it.
weapon? What's your weapon of choice on that one?
What you mean?
Chainsaw.
Hmm?
That's either chainsaw, axe, barbed wire.
Not a chainsaw.
Yeah, child, just too loud for that. That's just more of a creepy what? Switchblade.
Yeah, something where you're swinging something. Because it's got that. It's in the pocket. It's that.
Switchblade from the pocket.
There you go. You could do that. Yeah, Dennis Chambers, the one really famous drummer, coined this term called "in the pocket," where the snare just seems like it's a little bit late, but it's creating this groove. It's an undeniable groove. Check out Dennis Chambers' "In the Pocket" for all you drummers out there. Must see, and it's a technique, but it sounds really good. I like it. I hear a lot that can be done on that track. You know what I mean? It kind of influences the way the cadence would be delivered by the artist. You know, just a lot of open stuff there. That's cool. I like that kind of beat. Marco Budo. Okay. Let's keep it going. Oh, someone said flamethrower. Yeah. That'd be cool.
Flamethrower with that. Yeah, exactly. Burning up the, yes, exactly.
You'd have to put that in the verse. Okay. Let's go. All right.
Shout out to Mama Africa.
Next up, we got Voltage Controller. This track is called Ishtar Days. I'll take it from the top.
Y'all want to do a video with Voltage just next to him, just like that. There you be going in.
The Wizard.
Yeah.
Ooh. Send this one.
Voltage
Oh, this is a... Damn. Everybody came dope today, yo.
Oh man, I like that. Yo. You wanna hear freestyle?
Come on, let's go.
Yeah. Yo, prepare for herbal comp. Yo, hold up.
Yeah.
Yo, prepare for urban combat. Prepare for urban combat. Rasulullah is back. Can you react to the mesmerizing freestyles? I told you before I was baptized in the now. I'm the walking King Tut. Hold the microphone like a staffel. Decapitate heads and let this blood spill down the scalpel. Into the chapel. I'm the apostle, priest is the disciple. Hit you with a lightning bolt. It's delightful. Despite whack MCs, I'm the disciple of the Wu-Tang Killer Bees. But I dwell with the LCOB, and that's B for B like LCOB strike at the night. The vulture in the falcon form, I swarm as I bring multiple sandstorms. The microphone is like a javelin, hitting you in the abdomen. I'm saving them, I'm grabbing them. Step into the fourth dimension. The Son of Man was my henchman. I baptized them. In 95 is when I met the killer priest. From the Middle East, I bring peace. Or maybe aggravation and agony. I rip microphones into pieces.
Oh, you got it up.
You could use them like a Reese's Pieces. Or maybe I take it to another chapter. It's after the rapture. I hit you, I clap ya. Straight from West Philadelphia. The Philadelphian apostle, the general, I hit ya. It's the killer priest on the Podcraft. I see all my fam in the grass. As we sit back and laugh. Straight off the top of the dome. Hit you in your dome with a mesmerizing poem. As we go, we enter the center. There's a little freestyle from y'all from Philadelphia.
I can't front.
Yeah, freestyle.
Went in.
Yeah, West Philly style.
Oh. was more room on there, AD.
Nah. I'm a writer.
Oh.
But that was dope.
There we go, the 215 style.
Yo, you went in though.
Oh yeah, no doubt. You know,
Yo.
the freestyle skills. I told you, I promise y'all, every week I got a freestyle for y'all. Every craft I got a freestyle for y'all, man.
Okay. Yeah. You got the OKs.
Oh, yeah. Peace out to the Rocketeers and the Craftsmen.
Yeah, man.
I didn't think
pretty
you was
good.
gonna do it, but you did it.
No, I got y'all every week.
Yeah,
It's getting better and better.
Yeah. I mean, I could freestyle.
Yeah.
I used to do that. I told y'all, you know, it's kind of like a thing where you had to do it back then.
Mm-hmm.
You had to.
Break it down.
You had to.
You got a lot of
And
practice.
you grew up in Philly back then. You had to rap off the top of your dome, and if you tried to kick a written rhyme, they would run you out the cipher.
Yeah, that would be me. They'd be running me out because all I got are written's.
Yeah, you couldn't do it.
If I freestyle, it'd be too silly. It'd be some stoner shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's dope,
Black
man.
Thought was the best.
Yeah.
In Philly.
He did freestyling. He was the best
In Philly.
in Philly. Yeah, and freestyling.
In
like
Philly.
that.
They had some dudes in Brooklyn. That was crazy too.
Oh yeah.
And Inspector Deck is crazy too. Yeah. Off the top, I saw him just do it off the top one time. It's crazy.
I can't wait till we have a battle rap artist in here, like
Daylight. Let's get him.
Daylight or Disaster. You've got connects to Disaster, you know, or
Disaster.
Math Hoffa.
Math Hoffa,
Math,
Hollow to Dawn,
Arsenal.
Hollow to Dawn, yeah.
Man, there's so many.
There's so many of them.
I know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those guys. But yeah,
They got their own show too. You've seen that.
They do it though. They do it iller than kind of how we was back then, because we would do it. We wouldn't necessarily always do it with a beat. I mean, we would do it with a beat all the time. Like you had to rhyme on a beat, or you were on stage. Now you know what I'm saying. You battled somebody. It was always over a beat, freestyle. But these brothers, what they do is they just go straight a cappella. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's gonna be dope.
Acapella is more dangerous, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of because you don't have you don't have to follow a pattern of the beat.
Exactly.
So you just got
Oh,
words.
that's true.
So
Yeah, you just go.
It was terrible. Yeah. For back in the days, you rhyme off the top. I mean, come on, Population Click.
Yeah.
Sons of Man, and Grave Diggers. We used to battle cats with no beats. It was very, very bloody.
Yeah.
And in those times,
Because there's more range. They don't have to follow a tempo.
No tempo.
Yeah.
But I do think that should be implemented in still.
There's something to it without the beat because they're able to fluctuate. They can create pauses.
You could do more, but
especially they kind of had to because of the reactions. Like people would react in the audience so hard that if they went to the beat, they would miss what was coming up. So they had to eliminate the beat so people can react. Oh,
well, yeah. Here's the thing about that. I do believe you still, if you can rap like that and you can't destroy nobody over a beat too, then it's kind of like, okay,
yeah,
the guy put a beat on, and then this dude freestyle over the beat, and you jump on there trying to say all that stuff, and you can't hang. So you got to be able to go into both realms.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Because 8 Mile created the idea that you can just go on a beat. Everyone's going to react accordingly and appropriately.
That's how you got to do it.
And be able to hear the next verse. But nowadays, even when the battles with acapella, people were like, hold it down, because people were reacting so hard.
Yes, but you got to be a certain type of MC that can rhyme and then captivate the crowd with your poetry. And that took a certain type of individual. You just can't get up there and rhyme and just rhyme to a beat. You had to be able to captivate the audience imaginations and then draw all that in. And there were MCs that could do that. Jizza, you know what I'm saying? There was some MCs out there that was just crazy, you know what I mean, during that time. So
yeah.
You got cannabis running around during that time.
Oh man.
Lurking.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that?
That's right.
You had Big Pun.
Yeah, you had to have lines.
Right.
Devastating lines.
Nice.
R-rated Rugged Man.
He's another one.
All right. I think we're down to our last.
Let's do it.
Submission. You already know who it is.
Yes. Let's bring him. It's either out of the two.
Ladies and gentlemen,
it's Ka. Talk about lyrics.
This track is called Day the Earth Stood Still. Let's go.
You talk about lyrics.
The universe grows smaller every day.
Oh, that's fine.
And the threat of aggression by any group, anywhere, can no longer be tolerated. There must be security for all, or no one is secure. Now, this does not mean giving up any freedom, except the freedom to act irresponsibly.
Oh, that's fine.
Your ancestors knew this. We of the other planets have long accepted this principle. We have an organization for the mutual protection of all planets and for the complete elimination of aggression. I came here to give you these facts.
Yo, what if I said I'm on a mission that will change your life? What if I told you if you listen, it will raise your light and elevate your system? It's the wisdom of an ancient mic holder who writes solar ray vision to give his finger sight. What if I told you that God was in a living artist who made this video aimed at a billion targets from different markers and shipped the retarded into a starship to cripple the current market, ripple throughout the cosmic melodic of lower consciousness grip of the diabolic? What if the music's been like Groundhog Day and I can bring you to a world where the sound gods play? What if you knew the sandbox and I can bring you to the beach and breathtaking scenery at just the brink of my speech? What if I tell you that the kingdom's at reach with thought food to sing in your teeth, abundant go and drink in the beat? I guarantee you think it increase with ink he release. What if you was on the Titanic sinking too deep, too busy partying and notice I got wings in my feet? You might miss 1,000 lessons if you blink when I teach. This is not a press release, it's the treaty for peace, renewed and reborn through a CD release. It'll return the devil's world and I ain't need a receipt. On behalf of the God Hop Confederation of the universe, I came to bring the answers that humans search to prove their worth, but never find it. Lost and so blinded, searching the whole world for a gift that you arrived with. Today the earth stood still and paid attention. Music is a spiritual gift, the great invention discovered in the womb of creation. When the great mother sang in dark space to the sun that she was raising, the love above amazing. The blood of every nation is an instrument of musical changes. Medication, not the poison chemtrails on airwaves on every station. Sex, drugs, and murder, the god of the generation to a cell instead of feeding their cells a celebration. Like a blind housekeeper, don't know whose bed he was making. If he's fed well, he'll make his own bed, he'll have to lay in. The journalist, you are the magician with obligation. Consider the mind of death and direct it to elevation. Hey, gatekeeper, the world has been waiting for the cure. I just place in your hands to what you saying. I'm a meteor approaching, the earth is already shaking. Since our magic the spell that guides billions, music activates God inside children. God is the composer, all things are vibrating. Music is the beautiful sound of imagination. The voice of the universe, spirit is resonating. The industry is music, straw man and corporation. To steal the spiritual birthrights of every nation. Youth are the future, they give you back what you give them, or the opposite is detox. Op, they should've listened. Artists, they influence way more than politicians. Teachers, religious leaders, robotic in opposition to dropping the proper rhythm, unlocking the logarithm. I'm giving you the truth that was hidden, it was forbidden to remote. For the spirit TV to change dimensions, it's more than entertainment. We paint the picture we live in, they pay to get the most sickening thoughts in our mental picture than you projected unwittingly. Stupidness and stupidity. Music writes your DNA, change genetic history. Alter the future pattern through thoughts that you imagine, emotions that you invoke. I'm hoping that you awoke. You are the matrix, every one of you's a planet designed with its own system. The mind is a code prison, thought pattern of a computer. Holographic medulla who taught these magic maneuvers that shattered the average user. Masses are in the stupor, my classes are in the future. High speed, teleport, you travel to the north of school I spoke to every nation, broadcast on every station. My ships got you surrounded, the states to the Himalayas. It's him they saying, come witness the innovation who took the crown from both of these pitiful limitations. Tazaryach, linked to each planet is in my brainstem. Waves been enslaved men or religion was clueless to the suffering of nature. I'm summoning the creator, came to enter the message the system couldn't compute it. Cause I'm in tune with the rhythm, they can't refuse it. Getting over divisions, a portal, let's hop through it. Hop through it. Yeah, it's real music. Yeah, it's real music.
Oh, that change is crazy.
The result is, we live in peace. you threaten to extend your violence, this earth of yours will be reduced to a burned out cinder. Your choice is simple. Join us and live in peace, or pursue your present course and face obliteration. We shall be waiting for your answer. The decision rests with you, rests with you, rests with you.
So you're over. And you're trying to take as many people with you as you can, but I am not scared of you.
Right.
Yeah, that was
fire.
Fire. I have nothing bad to say about that at all.
I'm in a conflict.
Yeah.
I'm in a conflict. That's one of the rare. I'm gonna say this. That one is one of the rare, and I'm judging on levels up here with him. Right here. That maybe the beat was so incredible. I don't know how he kept big. It kept getting bigger. Like I don't know how it kept going. That was the only and the first time that the beat was kind of like I expected a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And I, you know what I mean? Because it's Kai, and I'm talking about levels up here. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, yo, that beat was so crazy. Because it kept building.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if he go back, because the lyrics always incredible, bro. Always incredible. But I think he was I think he struggled a little bit with that track a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. Just on that track. You know, that's probably the only time I'm ever say that.
Like, yeah.
But that is just and I could honestly just say, yo, but I'm just being real. It was something about it that it was the lyrics was there, but I just think that I heard him destroy too many tracks.
Yeah.
Destroy too many tracks to let that slide like that. You all right? Yeah. That's my point. That's it. Now I'm talking about on high levels though.
On higher levels.
Yeah.
He's talking more or less on a higher frequency.
On high frequencies. It's not nothing he ever spit is ever below. It's just that rhyme, because he said magnificent stuff in it, but I think that beat kept switching. I don't know.
You could have asked maybe something a little bit more melodic.
Just came in because it came in like I just thought I was like, oh man, he gonna destroy this one too. Word.
I like the video though. I mean, I think I was caught up.
This video's incredible.
He always has awesome visuals.
Yeah.
You know. So.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kyle Zodiac, man.
Yeah, Royal Priesthood all day. Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah, I mean that one on that one. It's like gradually he grabs your mind and just keep growing up slow. So I get ready. I brace myself. You know what I mean?
Until you get to the top of the pyramid.
Yeah.
Capstone.
If you keep listening to him, he gonna get you. So he got lines in there. AD struggling right now. Are you back?
All right. So if you guys are interested in submitting your tracks for the next song promotion, go to killerpriest.tv/song promo, and the link's in the description. All the info is there. Those are great submissions tonight.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah, somebody said the beat was a test. It was just crazy, yo. That kick that came in later. Boom, boom, boom. I was like, oh my God, I'm going somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like that was crazy. It was a build up. Word.
That was good.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
Like I said,
Stays in your head. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, that was the hardest beat I heard. Yo, that was the hardest.
It sounds like a beat you would actually.
That's just said boom, boom. Yeah, I might have to jump.
You
on
would
that.
have.
I'm gonna ask him.
You talking about that? Which one was that?
I mean, he already put it out. But
That one right there? Oh, you talking about Use Your Mind?
Oh, Use Your Mind?
Remix?
Oh, maybe.
Oh,
I'm just saying that sounds like a track that you would hop on.
Oh, definitely. That beat was crazy, yo. And that when I say the beat was doing so much, because he was holding the rhyme, but I just think it got out of. It's like it's just some of the. I guess I probably was listening to the beat. You know what I'm saying? That's rare. You know what I'm saying with him. So I was just listening like, oh, this is switching up, do, and then you didn't even know that the kicks was gonna come in later. It's like boom, 808s came in, throwing a chair at him. So I got the kitchen sink, but like I said, I'm judging on with his level of MCing skills. I'm judging on high level, like the way I would, up there with Juzza and like. And Rock him, he's up there. Word.
Off the meat rack.
Let's go.
What? That's it?
That's it? Oh, man.
That was 11 tracks.
Yeah, man. Yo,
we started with 8, and then we had some last-minute submissions.
Yeah, that was hard, man. We might have to, hey. Big baller.
Good looking out.
Definitely AD birthday. What?
Appreciate
as of what?
As of midnight tonight.
Midnight tonight on your time.
Yeah.
Well, happy birthday to you.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you, Ceaseless 100. Appreciate that.
Shout out to Ceaseless 100 for turning it red for A Deezy and the Killah Priest Podcraft.
My birthday tomorrow, March 10th. I got the same birthday as Timbaland.
Yeah. Somebody said.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why.
And I love Timbaland. Like he's a good producer. You know what I mean? So I look up to Timbaland a lot.
Okay.
So it's kind of cool,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Come down there and have a couple of cold ones with you tomorrow. Huh?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, Master 11. You a Master number 11?
No, I'm March 10.
Oh, I see. Voltage said Master number 11.
Yeah, man.
Yo, that was crazy.
Thank you, y'all. I see the birthdays coming. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. Happy born day, yo.
Right at midnight.
AD birthday at midnight. What we gonna do?
You already know. We got a little.
What you doing, boy? What you doing? What you got set up, boy?
We got a little fiesta gonna happen.
Yo, so we're gonna celebrate AD birthday over the weekend. We'll probably celebrate it Monday too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
y'all see my Instagram on Monday.
Yeah. I'm gonna come on your IG.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll come on there.
Yeah.
You can go live from the party. It'll be cool.
Hey, yeah, that's what I do. I'll go live from the party. Shout out to the Podcraft. Shout out to Voltage, Kadaka, Vinny. You know what I'm saying? The Oracles and let me see, Craftmen and Rocketeers. We haven't forgot y'all. Thank you, Captain
Tazaryach.
Well, what's going on with me right now? Captain Tazaryach. And the AD, I should have let AD say, you speaking straight Hebrew tonight. straight fluent. Brother was fluent.
Hey. Got the pronunciation
Great Captain
on top.
Tazaryach, for dropping some jewels. Thank you, True Master, for coming through. Yo, all of the music tonight was incredible. You know what I mean? This is a rare night that each song was incredible. You know what I mean? So it was like, yo, carefully done. As we rise, let's raise our consciousness. AD birthday.
Yeah.
So I think you're going to disclose where the birthday going to be at. You know what I mean? Whatever. I mean, so, yo, you can land a plane right now, man. We in and out. Hit him with something from Horoscope.
All right.
Shout out to Dave Flores.
Yeah, shout out to, where Dave at? Shout out to Dave Flores, man. Yo, Dave Flores, flowers, bro. We're doing so much. And we got NFT. Shout out to Mark Buddha. Yo, I need Mark Buddha to send me that beat and that beat tonight from Voltage. Both tracks was incredible. We're gonna leave with Mojitos. Which one we gonna leave with? Nah, it's gotta be something from Horoscope.
Okay, what should we play?
Should I play something different or just whatever we got? You pick one, AD.
Want to give him Lord? No.
Core. It's about that time for Lord. Now they need a picture like this.
Yeah.
They play Lord.
Yeah, you can't do Lord yet.
Kata. They'll leak that soon.
Did we do Daymare already?
Who?
Daymare.
That's
They're gonna trip out on that.
That's really dark.
Want to do that?
Daymare, I like that.
Yeah, Priest made this track called Daymare. I remember mixing it like, what is this?
Oh, he's super me up now.
And I was tripping. I was like, I was a little bit, it kind of puts you in a daymare. It almost sounds like a nightmarish type of thing, but I can see how you named it that. It's cool. Yes. But that's track 2. You want to play it? On the way out?
Yeah.
All right. So we'll see y'all on Monday.
I broke down Jason.
I'll probably be hungover.
Yeah. Oh, yeah?
Jason the Greek.
Oh, okay.
Jason the Greek.
All right.
Here's an exclusive for y'all. You got the new exclusive from Horoscope.
From Horoscope.
Brand new!
Exclusive hot new mix.
And we'll see you guys on Monday.
Peace.
Got reminded, bro.
Oh, I think I remember that.
Daymare.
After they flood the planet, the sons of Aaron was in the sub-Saharan. And now we stomped through Brownville, Mother Gaston. That's right above Atlantic, coming from Atlantis, where a priest killed kings and gutted dragons. Drugs and fashion, blasting automatics. The dead do not dance. You cannot choreographic, watch my horror madness. Tiptoe through terror while Satan sleeps. Pagan priests prayed as they made the graven beast. Let the ravens release. July, August, September, October, November. That's the acronym for Jason, as in Jason the Greek. That's the mouth. Now let's do the 7 days of the week. Sunday, sun worship. Monday, moon. Tuesday, Tyr, the god of war. Wednesday, Woden or Odin. Thursdays for Thor. Friday, Freya. That's when Islamic and Israelites face the East. Say they grace but won't eat. Saturday, the worship of Saturn. See the pattern? Information begins gathering. I start my transfiguration at my mastering. What's happening? Priest got a mic, he's tapping in. Eltheany lights up, his head ignites catechins. Blood splatter, people scattering. Savage, plastic, grafted skin. Rap gods feel the wrath of men. My rap is sin. Poison pen, boys the men. I'm poised within, move like noiseless wind. All you see is the pool and the koi that swim. It was them from the oldest schools who anointed him. They sung with voices and hymns. My voyages is in, but my swords do not bend. So hide till I find you. Then it's the skull and the spine grinder. It's raining blood inside the diner. Grab your neck, you screaming the A minor. You push me and I push you, but there's an open grave behind you. Before you fall in, let me first put you in the coffin. Play organs, this is my offering.